chance to bounce back from a 2-game losing streak is here tonight as the Grayson County Cougars continue district play on the road in Muhlenberg County. Grayson County comes in losers of their last 2 after a 3-game homestand. Muhlenberg comes in looking for their first win on the field this year. And a good evening and welcome here to Greenville, Kentucky. We're not quite down by the Green River, but we're at least somewhat close, as this is the Locker Room Show here on K105. Sam Gormley with you tonight. We appreciate you taking the time to tune in on what is a beautiful night for football here at Muhlenberg County High School. Coming up in our Locker Room Show, we're going to introduce you to both the Grayson County Cougars and the Muhlenberg County Mustangs. We'll talk to the head man himself, Brian Jones, and give you the keys to victory for tonight's contest. This is Grayson County Cougar football on K105.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Muhlenberg Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Muhlenberg Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
Future Designs, your complete home building and remodeling center.
Future Designs has everything you need from design to delivery and everything in between.
From traditional home and building construction materials to the metal roof and siding division, you'll find it at Future Designs.
Quarter paint is also available at Future Designs.
Start at the foundation of any project and work your way up with Futures.
You'll find the product, service, and advice needed for a strong structure.
There's a reason they call it the builder's choice.
Find out why at Future Designs on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Cougar football on K105.
Grayson County and Muhlenberg County about 26 minutes away from kickoff here tonight from Greenville, Kentucky on the campus of Muhlenberg County, as it is a very nice facility that they have between soccer. They've got a little soccer field behind us. They've got baseball. They've got softball, and, of course, have the turf football field, which is very nice. It's always good to make a trip here to Muhlenberg County. As Muhlenberg County enters the record of 1-4, their only win on the season came in a COVID-19 forfeit by Fort Campbell. So while Grayson County has a loss by COVID-19, it helped out Muhlenberg County, and they ended up picking up a win. The Mustangs have lost 7 straight district games. That's Class 5A district. Head coach Josh Staples returned as the head coach in 2019. He was previously the head coach at Muhlenberg South in 2008. And then when the schools consolidated, he was the first head coach of the Mustang football team from 2009 to 2010. Kenyon Johnson is the starting quarterback tonight for Muhlenberg County, a freshman. And in his first start of the season last week, he just threw the ball 32 times for 398 yards. Overall in the season, he's 33 of 55 for 523 yards, 6 touchdowns, and an interception. He's replacing Trevor Nolan, who's not playing tonight due to an injury. Mustangs averaging 175.8 pass yards per game, which is the 10th highest in Class 5A. Alex Revlette is the running back, leading rusher, 24 carries for 163 yards. 101 of those came last week against Ohio County. Johnson, the quarterback, has also rushed 15 times for 85 yards. Jackson Karuba, the running back, 22 carries for 76 yards, which is the second most total carries on the team. The thing that stands out, though, that for Muhlenberg County rushing the ball is that they haven't scored a rushing touchdown at all this season. You don't usually see that from teams. They just haven't scored. They've scored 9 touchdowns through the air, but none on the ground this year. And through the air, the man you're going to need to know, and we're going to be calling his name a lot tonight, Braden Lovin. He's the leading receiver, 17 catches for 287 yards and 5 touchdowns. He ranks 12th in Class 5A in receiving yards per game and 3rd in touchdowns. Donovan McCoy is second on the team with 6 catches for 167 yards and 2 touchdowns. That is averaging 27.8 yards per catch. Kenyon Johnson was playing wide receiver before he moved to quarterback. And, just a casual 4 catches for 164 yards for an average of 41 yards per catch when he was playing wide receiver. Just your casual 41 yards per catch. Nothing too impressive about that, right? Scoring offense, averaging only 15 points a game, but are coming off of consecutive games where they've scored 26 points. So the offense is starting to roll, especially with the freshman Kenyon Johnson leading the way. Defensively is the big question for Muhlenberg County. They're allowing 38 points a game, and they've allowed at least 28 in every single game this season. So when your highest point total that you've scored is only 26, and the fewest amount of points that you've given up is 28, it's going to show a lot and explain a lot about some of the weakness that you have on this team. Pass defense averages giving up only 70.5 yards per game, but teams have only completed 25 passes this season against them. The rush defense has struggled, allowing 316.5 yards per game. They've allowed over 360 rushing yards in a game this season twice. Donovan McCoy is the leading tackler. He has 29 total tackles along with 2 tackles for a loss. Patrick Wood ranks second on the team and is first in tackles for a loss with 4.5 total. Nolan Lindsay is handling the kicking. He's 2 of 2 on PATs this season. Not made a field goal since 2016. Grayson County and Muhlenberg County getting closer to getting underway. The Cougars looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. They're going to be going with their backup quarterback for the 2nd straight week. We'll introduce you to them coming up as this is Cougar Football on K105.
The life of every child is precious. If you care for a child or teenager with a disability and have limited income and resources, they may qualify for monthly cash payments through the Supplemental Security Income Program, or SSI. Call Social Security at 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov/SSI-Kids to learn more. That's ssa.gov/SSI-Kids. Message produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
And someone says, you need a bone marrow transplant, those are just not words you want to hear.
I got a call that it was the best match. It was one of the best days of my life. I'm so happy that you're okay.
I just want to say thank you for the second chance at life.
Thousands of patients need a donor like you. Learn how you can help at BeTheMatch.org.
This is my house. My parents helped build it. Now we don't get wet when it rains. I don't get too hot or too cold inside. I can play with my sister, I can play with my brother, I can play with my mother, my father, my family. This is my house.
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 Visit Habitat.org to find out how you can help more families like mine.
Cougar Football on K105.
Welcome back here to Muhlenberg County High School, where Grayson County is getting ready to take on the Mustangs of Muhlenberg County. Cougars enter with a record of 2-3. They're 0-1 in district play after losing last week to Graves County by a final score of 55-14. That was their 2nd straight loss, as they also lost to Butler County 2 weeks ago tonight. Cougars, though, have won 3 straight against Muhlenberg County dating back to 2018. And the Cougars are on the road for the first time in a month. Matches their longest stretch between road games in program history. What does it match? Well, the total last year, where they went to Ohio County and then had that long break because of quarantine and then the KHSAA before going on the road to Graves County in the playoffs. So, in a way, you could say that this is the longest stretch between road games in program history. Kaylor Decker, the starting quarterback for Grayson County, has been questionable for most of the week. He will not play tonight for Grayson. On the season, 30 of 40 for 358 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. Also rushed for nearly 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. We've been over it the past couple of games. It's a huge loss for this Grayson County offense, And instead, head coach Brian Jones going to turn to Hunter Felty, 5 of 10 for 92 yards. He's also rushed 19 times for 67 yards and had a 73-yard touchdown run against Graves County last week. He played very well against Graves County. I know Brian Jones was very happy with how he did against maybe the best team in the district. Chandler McCready is the leading rusher with 46 carries for 340 yards and 5 touchdowns. Michael Wood has been out of the backfield more recently as well with 26 carries for 191 yards. Hunter Toms, the leading receiver, 16 catches for 275 yards and 4 touchdowns. Toms ranks 12th in Class 5A in receiving yards and 42nd in the state. The offense, 31 points a game, but have only averaged 16 points during their current 2-game losing streak. The defense, 27 points a game, including allowing 55 points last week, which was their highest point total allowed in a game. You'd have to go back to 2018 when they allowed 68 against Bowling Green. The rush defense is allowing 133.8 yards per game. Pass defense, 149.5. Hunter Toms is the leading tackler. He has 35 total tackles, which is 14 more than the next highest on the team. Of course, the Cougars missing Ben Rogers on that defensive line, a huge loss. Jaron Van Meter is the second leading tackler with 20 total tackles. Team has forced 8 total turnovers on the year, 4 fumble recoveries, and 4 interceptions. Jackson Kane is the kicker, 5 of 8 on PATs, 1 of 2 on field goals, made from 27 and missed wide right from 43. And it was wide right, but it would, if he would have straightened it out, it'd have been good for 50 plus, as he had a lot of leg on that. So it's something to keep an eye on, especially now that you're on turf. A little easier to kick the ball. Maybe we'll see Jackson Kane get another chance from long distance in this game here tonight. Head coach Brian Jones in his second season at Grayson County, 7-6 overall. We'll get his thoughts on the matchup after this, as this is Cougar football on K105.
Hey, boss. Okay.
I said I'm fine.
See you in the morning with the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it, and we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. Where you at? Underlay in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Bob.
You know you can talk to me.
Yeah.
This is my house. My parents helped build it. Now we don't get wet when it rains. I don't get too hot or too cold inside. I can play with my sister, I can play with my brother, I can play with my mother, my father, my family. This is my house.
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 Visit Habitat.org to find out how you can help more families like mine.
Wash your hands, stay home, cover your cough. It's our new reality with COVID-19, and that means calling ahead instead of going directly to a doctor or hospital if you're sick. It means being more patient. We're all in this together, and we all have a role in preventing the spread. So, prepare, focus on the essentials, protect, keep some space from people outside your home, and disinfect a lot. Get the facts at kycovid19.ky.gov. Prepare, protect, disinfect.
Cougar football on K105.
Back to the locker room show here on K105. Sam Gormley now joined by the head coach of the Grayson County Cougars, head coach Brian Jones. And Coach, going back, watching film from the Graves County game, did you have the same somewhat positive feeling that you did after Friday? As well as positive as you could be after a game like that?
Yeah, I think for our situation and the week that it was, missing Kaler and Ben and Cooper Goff and, several starters between offense and defense, there were still some really good things that we saw from some of the guys that filled in. And I think it made our kids kind of realize a little bit about we sold ourselves short at times in that game and really gave Graves some points that they probably really didn't earn or deserve. And, I think it was a little eye-opening for some of our kids that, we may have the opportunity to be a little better than they thought we were. And so definitely some stuff to build on. And, nothing like, another week of adversity this week. And so hopefully we show up and play some inspired football.
You just mentioned that, and this year has had almost even more adversity than last year. You had the quarantine right at the start of the season. You've had some injuries to some key players. Your starting quarterback has missed a couple of games. Now this week you had a death in the immediate family of one of your players. As a coach, you preach on how much the game is bigger than football. How do you go through this with moments like this with your team?
I'll be honest, and probably all of my years coaching, at this point in the season, this is probably one of the more difficult years as far as just hurdle after hurdle that we're having to come up to and get across, and between COVID and injuries and and then the situation with the family death. And I think through my career we've had some of these similar situations that you could say, this year we had this or that year we had that, but to have the culmination of all these things is difficult. And I think it gives us an opportunity to put things in perspective for our kids. I think it gives us the opportunity to show them that your time and next week or tomorrow is not guaranteed, and hopefully, teach them some life lessons along the way about, preparation and going as hard as you can, because you never know what the next minute or day or week is going to be like. Make sure that you make your feelings and things like that known to those you love, because you never know when the last time you may see one of them is. And so it is difficult, there's no doubt. We've had to lean on one another and come together for each other and get through this as best we can together. And I think, for some of our kids, football is an opportunity to kind of escape, take their mind off things, and so that is a blessing for some of them. And even if it's just an hour or two a day, it allows them to kind of, I don't know, I guess this may be one of the more normal things going for some of these kids, is the 2 hours that we're together. So, we're going to take every advantage and opportunity that we have to get together and spend together and laugh and have fun and, and be grateful that, that we're out there that day and that we have this season.
Your team defensively has not had tackles for loss at all this season. And obviously stats can be a little misleading, but is that a stat that you care about? And if so, how do you get more tackles for loss in this season?
We've had tons of tackles for loss. We just don't.
You don't put on.
We don't put them on
but
KHSAA.
How do you still improve that as you keep going?
We've really actually stressed that we're not after tackles for loss. We want our guys playing more laterally at the line of scrimmage, because for every one that you get 4 yards deep, you're giving up, probably 4 or 5 plays for big gains, because running back or somebody's, just gets underneath you and then bounces it outside. So if you're not careful, you get too deep and you create running lanes. And so we're trying to get our guys to play in their gap and kind of between the line of scrimmage and maybe -1 beyond the line of scrimmage. So, it's not something that we really stress. Now, big passing downs and stuff, we want to pin our ears back and try to get a sack. But as far as, the run plays and things like that, I'd rather us make 10 plays at the line of scrimmage than have, 5 plays for loss. So that's kind of our thing is we want to play at the line of scrimmage. And so therefore we won't get as many tackles for losses. But we'll save some plays that when they try to stretch us horizontally and get outside by playing laterally and keeping the guy inside of us. So, it's kind of our philosophy, but yeah, that's not something that we've really been charting through KHSAA stats. So, they happen. We've had them every week. We just aren't marking them in KHSAA.
Muhlenberg County tonight, thing that stands out is the turf field. You played on at Meade County on turf field during 7-on-7. Is there anything different about that, or a couple of plays into the game it really doesn't matter anymore?
Yeah, I don't think that there's much difference other than more consistency. You're not having little divots and through time, you know, the older a field gets, it may not be as true as it was when it was first laid and things like that. And so, you know, on a turf field, it's going to be flatter. There's not as, you know, the same kind of crown and a much more consistent surface. And so, other than that, I don't think that there's really an advantage or a disadvantage, except for, you know, a lot of rain early in the week. Our field's still a little soggy in some spots, and we won't see that over there. You know, the next day and sometimes even an hour after the rain, you know, turf fields are pretty dry. So, you know, they got a beautiful stadium there, and one that we enjoy going and playing at, and you know, hopefully we get off the bus and are ready to go for 48 minutes.
Muhlenberg County defensively averages giving up 316 yards per game on the ground. How do you use that and take advantage of the defense?
You know, I think it starts up front. You got to establish the run with great offensive line play. And so hopefully that's something that our kids will try to take a little pride in this week is getting the run game going, because that serves as a good defense too. You know, if you can win the time of possession and hang on to it for a majority of the game, that's just less time that they have the opportunity to score. So, you know, we'll hit that hard in our pregame stuff of, you know, our offensive line playing whistle to whistle and trying to move the line of scrimmage in hopes of, you know, having a real big, strong run game night.
Muhlenberg County started a freshman quarterback last week. Good athlete. What do you know about him? How do you slow him down?
You know, I like you said, a good athlete, throws the ball pretty well. They, you know, made quite a few changes offensively with him back there from what they were doing the first couple of weeks. You know, they looked more like Hancock County and Edmonson County, running some of the wing tee option stuff. And then last week, a lot more shotgun, 3, 4, 5 wide, trying to throw the ball. And so I think, you know, we need a good pass rush. I think if we can get to him, you know, the younger a guy is, the easier it is to, I think, rattle him. But he's going to be a really good player, and, you know, started off really strong for him last week, even though it was a loss. And we're going to have to do a good job in pass coverage.
Coach, good luck. What more you're coming up in the locker room show after this?
The pandemic changed our world and the way we work, live, and connect. But there are better days ahead.
As a boy, I fought polio. Today, America's been polio-free for 40 years thanks to vaccination. We'll beat COVID-19 with vaccine too. Protect yourself and your family. Get vaccinated.
Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
We, the people, are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Cougar football on K1.
That's national anthem here tonight, and it looks like we're getting closer to getting underway between Grayson County and Muhlenberg County. We're going to hit the keys to the game really quick for Muhlenberg County. Use the athleticism. They're very athletic. Braden Lovin and the quarterback Cameron Johnson. They got to use that here tonight. Second one, forced turnovers for Grayson County, and the final one is score first. Grayson's been struggling. They got to score first in this game and attack early on. For Grayson County, the first key of the game is move on. The 2 losses happened. You got to keep on going. Second key to the game, stay collected. Just keep focused on your game. There's been a lot of things going on with this team. Try and focus on the football as much as you possibly can tonight. The third one, run the ball successfully. They have been able to do that as well the past 2 weeks, and it's shown in this game at times. And the final one, limit big plays. Graves County had a lot of big plays. Butler County had a lot of big plays. McLean County had a lot of big plays, and that is not a recipe for success if you're trying to win football games. We're close to getting underway. Play-by-play's next here on K105.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
Future Designs, your complete home building and remodeling center.
Future Designs has everything you need from design to delivery and everything in between.
From traditional home and building construction materials to the metal roof and siding division, you'll find it at Future Designs.
Quarter paint is also available at Future Designs.
Start at the foundation of any project and work your way up with Futures.
You'll find the product, service, and advice needed for a strong structure.
There's a reason they call it the builder's choice.
Find out why at Future Designs on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
It's time for football in Greenville. Grayson County and Muhlenberg County. It's going to be Cougar ball to start off with tonight. It's the opening kickoff taken by Nolan Lindsay. Back deep to return for Grayson County is Jaron Van Meter and Chandler McCready. McCready took one back 87 yards in the game last week. They're not going to kick to him. Instead, they're going to kick to Van Meter. It gets past him, and he's going to pick it up on the bounce at about the 14-yard line. Tries to get around a couple Muhlenberg County players and goes backwards on the run as the first man in there for Muhlenberg County was a number 14 who I don't have on my roster. So Grayson County, not good field position to start off with, and Hunter Felty is going to lead the Cougars onto the field. Filling in for Kaylor Decker tonight. He's 5 of 10 for 92 yards. He's also rushed 19 times for 67 yards, had a 73-yard touchdown in the loss to Graves County last week. So it'll officially be Grayson County ball on their own 12-yard line, as they're going to go in the I formation this time to start. It'll be the junior quarterback Hunter Felty under center, and it'll go 2 wide receivers down here to the right side. Cougars working from right to left on your radio dial, wearing the all-white jerseys with the orange numerals. Felty goes under center, gets the snap from Ethan Hall's going to hand it off to McCready across the right side. Gets a big block across that right side. He's across the 15, outside the numbers, is shoved out of bounds across the 20-yard line near the 22. And that would be enough for a first down if he's got enough for it, and it appears that he does. First down, Cougars. Chandler McCready picked up the big run, and that's what Grayson has got to do. Muhlenberg County came into this game allowing 316.5 yards per game on the ground. And they've allowed over 360 yards in a game twice this season. I'm sure that's something that when you look statistically that Grayson County's got to see what they can do and take advantage of a weak rush defense. Under center again with the I formation. This time the two wide receivers will shift down here to the near side. McCready again hands it off, and this time he's got nothing going as he was swallowed up on the left side of that line. As in there on the tackle was Talon Carver for Muhlenberg County. So it'll be second down and 10 coming up for Grayson. Ball placed from their own 22-yard line on the far hash. Felty gets the play call from the second-year head coach Brian Jones, who 7-6 at Grayson County, 19-56 overall. He's been 8 seasons overall as the head coach. They'll go I formation again, one wide receiver on each side. The fullback is Waylon Bruce. And it's a faking the handoff, and no, it is a handoff to McCready off the right side. And again, after having a lot of room to run on his first run, the last two have had nothing going at all for the senior running back Chandler McCready, and it's going to turn into be third down and long for the Cougars. Minute and a half into tonight's game, still no score between Grayson County and Muhlenberg County. Muhlenberg County wearing all black jerseys with silver numerals. Wait, they almost look like it would be a Oakland Raider jersey. It's just kind of how their colors are. It's not necessarily like the Raider jerseys, but something to keep an eye on. They're going to go shotgun formation. Two wide receivers down here to the near side. McCready started to Felty's right. Now we'll move to his left side. Man in motion, Michael Wood comes in, and he's going to go into the backfield as well, and it's going to be a handoff to Wood. He comes across the near side, finds a hole. He gets up to the 25, but nothing more than that. That's only a pickup of 3 yards, and Grayson County is going to be forced to punt. As Wood started off in the slot and then moved into the backfield, and they handed it right off to him, and he ran a sweep play down here to the near side. Had a hole, but wasn't able to do much with it. So Grayson's going to punt this away. Hunter Toms, the Cougars punter, is going to stand back at about his own 12-yard line. Braden Lovin is back deep to return. He's moving up. Now he'll move back as he moved all the way up to the Grayson 38. Now he backs all the way up, and he's standing in his own territory. They come up and nearly block it, and it is a booming punt by Hunter Toms, caught back at the 39-yard line by Lovin. He's up across the numbers on the far side, spins around at the 50, still on his feet, keeps the legs moving up to the 45-yard line. That was a huge punt by Hunter Toms, as you can give Toms about 36 yards on that punt, but Braden Levin answers with a return up to the 40-yard line, but we do have a penalty flag on the play. So our official for tonight's game, Bill Nelson, going to immediately call this one off to us, and we'll see what it is. It is a holding on Muhlenberg County. As at first he kind of did a semi-point to Grayson County, but instead changed his mind and points towards Muhlenberg, so that's going to end up backing up the Mustangs to start their first drive of this game. 9:09 on the clock here in this first quarter. Grayson County picks up a first down on their first play, but other than that, they pick up just 3 more yards the rest of their drive. Muhlenberg's going to end up starting this one with the ball placed on their own 44-yard line. So it turns out that Braden Lovin, with that penalty, will only get about a 5-yard return on it. They're going to go all alone here in the shotgun formation for the freshman quarterback, Kenyon Johnson. He passed for 398 yards in the loss to Ohio County. They'll throw a screen pass to Lovin on a bubble screen. He back up towards the middle, now back out here towards the near side. Spins around, still on his feet across midfield, across the 45, and he dives out of bounds at the 40-yard line. In there on the tackle for Grayson County was Hunter Felty. That's enough for a first down for Braden Lovin. Lovin, the leading receiver, 17 catches for 287 yards and 5 touchdowns, and he shows off and adds to that here. So it's up to the 40-yard line, give him 16 yards on the pass completion. The Cougar defense has struggled at times this season. They just need a good drive here and try and stop this before it happens anymore. They're going to go pistol this time. Will Muhlenberg County with trips out to the left side. Cougars jump, and they are going to whistle it. Off the right side, the man that jumped was Will Scott. That's encroachment on Grayson, and that's going to move Muhlenberg County forward for 35 yards. Cougars going with a little bit of a different look on defense here in tonight's game. Your four-man front of Will Scott, Ethan Hull, Sawyer Drake, and Owen Bratcher. The outside linebackers of Jaron Van Meter, Conrad Raymond, Waylon Bruce, and Hunter Felty. And your secondary, Michael Wood, Hunter Thompson, Chandler McCready. High snap, handoff here to the near side. Keeps the legs moving across the 30-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down for Muhlenberg. That was a run there by Jackson Karuba, the senior running back. And he gives it up to the 28-yard line. That's a 7-yard pickup. And a first down, Muhlenberg County. Muhlenberg County coached by Josh Staples. He's in his third season, a 7-16 record in this stint as the head coach of Muhlenberg County. He also was the head coach at Muhlenberg South in 2008 and was the first head coach for the Mustang football program all the way back from 2019 to 2010. No score, 8 minutes, 20 seconds to play here in the first quarter. All alone in the backfield, four wide receivers out for the freshman quarterback Johnson. He'll throw a screen, and it's a off the hands and incomplete, intended for Karuba. We've got some laundry on the field on that far side of the field called by one of the line judges. So Karuba, that bounced right off of his hands, and it appears that this is going to go on Muhlenberg County. An illegal formation is called against the Mustangs. That'll push them back to their own 33-yard line. So it'll be first down and 15 here for Muhlenberg. The defense really needs a stop here if you're Grayson. Offense had one really good play and kind of stuttered and didn't get anything moving on their first drive of the game. Defense has got to try and help them out. Again, going all alone in the backfield is Johnson, the freshman quarterback. A little bit of a high snap. He's going to roll down here to the near side. He will scramble if he can. He's got to get away from two Cougars, and he does, and scrambles up the near side and runs out of bounds at the 30-yard line. He had three Grayson County players in the backfield as he was being chased by Waylon Bruce and Owen Brancher. But instead, it's up to the 31 or the 29-yard line, so he picks up 4 yards on the scramble. It'll be second down and 11 for Muhlenberg. As the quarterback, Johnson is listed on the roster at only 5'7", but looking at him from our vantage point, he looks much taller than that. I would guess he's probably closer to 6 foot, if not even 6'1". They're going to load up the box this time. Man in motion, goes out wide to the left. Johnson looks to throw out that way. Now looks back towards the middle, throws, and it is complete to Lovin. He's back here towards the near side at the 20, across the 15, 10, 5, touchdown Mustangs. A 29-yard touchdown pass from Johnson to Lovin, and the Mustangs have a 6-0 lead with 7 minutes and 40 seconds to play here in the first quarter. As Lovin just made a nice play up the middle of the field, and he came back here towards this near side. And the Mustangs are on top of this one 6-0 early on, and on to attempt the extra point is going to be Nolan Lindsay. He's 2 of 2 on PATs this season. Lovin is the holder. It's a good snap. Kick is up, and it squirts through. It does, just above the crossbar. It was 7 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Muhlenberg. This is Cougar football on K105.
The pandemic changed our world and the way we work, live, and connect. But there are better days ahead.
As a boy, I fought polio. Today, America's been polio-free for 40 years thanks to vaccination. We'll beat COVID-19 with vaccine too. Protect yourself and your family. Get vaccinated.
Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Muhlenberg County has a early 7-0 lead after the 29-yard touchdown pass from Johnson. And here comes the kick, and it's taken off here on the near side by Van Meter. He's across the 25, across the 35, he's across the 40, he's across the 50. He has a lot of green space across the 35, near side 20, 15, 10, and he's slung out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. No laundry on the field. Jaron Van Meter with a big-time return. The second consecutive week with a long run by Grayson County to answer a touchdown. Last week it was McCready. This week it is Van Meter. As Van Meter carries that one up to the 14-yard line. And Grayson is going to have themselves with some of their best field position of the season. Grayson County going to go in the shotgun formation to start this drive. And it's Michael Wood and the Wildcat. They're going to go him across the right side. He's across the 10-yard line and pushed forward from behind up near about the 8 on the run there by Michael Wood. As you saw this at times in this season so far, primarily it was to start the Butler County game, and they had a lot of success moving the ball that way. As it'll officially get up to the 7-yard line, so give Wood a 7-yard rush. Wood on the season rushing the ball has 26 carries for 191 yards and 3 touchdowns. They're going to load up the box this time. Felty is in the backfield, but it's going to be a direct snap to Wood. Wood's got to get away from a man in the backfield. He does. Across the far side, gets away from a third man, and he's not going to get away from the fourth man, who shoves him out of bounds near the line of scrimmage, and a penalty flag comes flying, it looks like, on that far side. As Wood tried to get down here to the near side, it had about 3 or 4 Mustangs. Went around the far side, got away from 2, but the third was able to shove him out of bounds, Braden Lovin. See what this penalty is. If it's on Grayson, that'd be a huge penalty because that would push them backwards from what would be 3rd down and short. Instead, it might turn into being 2nd down and long. Here comes the head official tonight's face mask against Muhlenberg County. That'll help out Grayson, as it must have been Braden Lovin on that tackle. Must have got a little bit too much of the mask on Michael Wood. So it'll be half the distance to the goal, up to the 4-yard line for Grayson. 1st down and goal coming up for the orange and blue of Grayson. 6 minutes, 38 seconds to play. Direct snap Wood. And a whistle is blown. They're going to blow this play dead. And a timeout, I believe, is taken. It is a timeout on the field taken by Muhlenberg County. 6 minutes and 39 seconds to play here in the first quarter. It is 7-0. Grayson County trails the Mustangs of Muhlenberg. Couple score updates to bring you as I look over to my right now. Owensboro leads Ohio County early 14-0 with 9 minutes and 36 seconds to play in the first quarter. Davis County on top of Marshall County 8-0. That score is also in the first quarter. As we'll try to see what other ones we might have to bring you right now. Owensboro Catholic leads 7-0. 8 minutes left in the first quarter. I can't remember who they're playing tonight. We'll try to see if we can't. And looks like Edmondson County is trailing Metcalfe County 8-0 early on in that game, down from, I believe that one might be in downtown Browntown tonight. Another score to bring you. Bardstown leads LaRue County 8-0. Out of the timeout, it'll be 1st down and goal for Grayson. Ball placed on the 4-yard line. Michael Wood has gone into this Wildcat formation, but he did pass last game and picked up 20 yards on the pass completion. They sprint out of the timeouts. It is Felty and Wood. Direct snap Wood. Wood up the middle towards the goal line, diving towards it, and he is down at about the 1-inch line. Brian Jones doesn't know how he didn't get it, and the officials, when I say that they're standing at the goal line, they pretty much are. I'm not sure how Wood could have gotten that one much closer without going into the end zone, and now they're going to push it back. And the way that each line judge was standing made it look like it, and now they're going to move it forward. As the way each line judge was standing is that it was at about the 2 or 3 inch line. But when they originally spotted the ball, they moved it to the 1-yard line, and then the official came up and moved it to about the half-yard line. So here comes 2nd down and goal for Grayson County. Ball from about the half-yard line. Direct snap Wood. He goes up across the right side, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars! Michael Wood, a 1-yard touchdown run, and Grayson County has an answer. Michael Wood picks up his 4th rushing touchdown of the season. And it'll be Jackson Kane, the kicker, on to attempt the extra point. 5 for 8 on PATs this season. And usually when they can get the snap down cleanly, he's usually been pretty good. It's not a great snap, and because of that, does it get through? It does. Just barely gets through, as it was a really nice job. I believe that might have been by Hunter Toms, the holder, to keep that one to allow it to go through. Really, really nice play. So Grayson County, with 5 minutes and 48 seconds to play here in the first quarter, has tied our game up at 7. As I do want to, and I wish I would have pulled a picture, but I do want to give a special shout out to our good friend Roger Lush and the Grayson County Cougar Football Alumni Association. I know that they recently announced the amount of money that they had raised for their Doug Thompson Memorial Scholarship in the Grayson County Lions and the amount of food, and it's fantastic. It was the best news I've heard all week. Really good to hear, and it just the work that they've done and how it all came together at the homecoming football game. Got to give a huge shout out to Roger and his team. They do excellent work. Be sure you visit them on Facebook. Don't have to necessarily be a former football player. If you're just a fan of the Cougars and want to help out, join the Grayson County Alumni Association on Facebook. Jackson Kane to kick this one away for Grayson. Karuba and Lovin deep to return, and it's an onside kick by Grayson. It's ballable by Muhlenberg County. There's a fight for it. It looks like the one Mustang player comes down with it. Zach Thompson, the junior. He reached out with his right hand to knock it down, and he knocked it down and dove on top of it, and he was the only player within 15 yards of that ball other than those wearing orange and white tonight. And if you're wearing baby blue, you're taking a huge deep breath out of that one. A really, really good onside kick attempt by Jackson Kane. So with 5 minutes and 43 seconds to play here in the first quarter, Muhlenberg County's got the ball back, tied at 7. So the ball's going to be placed on the Grayson 47. They go shotgun formation, pump fake by Johnson. He throws down the field. It is complete to McCoy across the 20-yard line. And that is a big pass completion up to the 16-yard line. Give him 31 yards and a first down, Muhlenberg County. As they ran the post route and just threw that one underneath to Donovan McCoy, who ran down underneath of it. And immediately Kenyon Johnson got to run out there. And Johnson, for a freshman, throws a really nice ball. That's the first real throw we've seen him make in this game as far as a deep throw. And a timeout has been taken here by Grayson County, and I'm sure this is one of these for Brian Jones. It might have even been one of these situations where this was something they talked about in practice, that this is something Muhlenberg County does, and I'm sure he's not happy with how that first deep pass went because it was easy for Muhlenberg County. So Mustangs will have it first down and 10 at the Grayson 16-yard line. 7-7 is the score here with 5 minutes and 34 seconds to play in our opening quarter. Let's see what Muhlenberg will line up in out of this timeout. So it'll be Johnson in the shotgun. Lovin and McCoy will go wide to the left. Got a running back in the backfield behind him in the pistol formation for the freshman Johnson. Now we got a couple of men in motion. And, okay, I guess I thought I heard a whistle. Now they're going to move the man in the backfield off into the slot as that was Revlett. And it's a direct run here to the near side on the quarterback sweep by Johnson. He's across the 15, runs out of bounds at the 10. He wasn't even touched. He just took himself out of bounds. 6-yard pickup for Muhlenberg County. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Mustangs. Grayson County's defense has not looked good here to start off with at all. So it'll be 2nd down and 4, ball placed on the 10. Grayson County's defense has had no answer for the Mustangs early on in this game. 5:26 to play here in the first quarter. They'll go pistol formation. Johnson in the shotgun with Revlett behind him. It'll be a handoff to Revlett. He's up the middle across the 10, and he's brought down at about the 6 or 7 yard line. Full head of steam up to the 6 is where the officials are officially going to spot him down at. Sawyer Drake in there on the tackle for Grayson County, getting his first start on the defensive line so far this game. 5 minutes and counting to play here in the first quarter. Still 7-7, but the Mustangs are knocking on the door. Johnson will go pistol again. Looks like some miscommunication out there as they've added a fullback, Patrick Wood, who's off to the right side. Johnson calls out his team, and that's going to be a delay of game as the play clock hits 0. And that'll push the Mustangs back. And the official points to 0, but hasn't thrown a flag down, as the play clock was clearly to 0. Now they're going to talk this one over. It is delay of game called against the Mustangs. That'll push them back to the 11-yard line. Mustangs appear to disagree with the call, at least the Mustangs on the field. But I think this is one of these things, too, that since they're at home, you're not going to get that call in your advantage. If this was Grayson County, they might be able to make an argument that, you know, the clock wasn't set correctly or whatever it is. But when you're at home, and I didn't see any issues with it at all. Seemed like it was about 25 seconds like it was supposed to be. So move it back here to about the 11.5-yard line. Turning out to be 3rd down and about 6 here from the Mustangs. This will be a huge stop for Grayson if they can hold him to it. Revlett is going to go wide out to the left. Johnson looks to scramble there. He's got to get away. He gets away from one man in the backfield. Looks to throw to the end zone. Incomplete off the hands of the receiver on the far side. Intended for Karuba. And it looks like the Mustangs, what do they do here? And I would presume that they will go for it in this situation. 4th down and about 6 here for Muhlenberg County. 4 minutes, 17 seconds to play here in the first quarter. It's 7-7. They will go for it. Johnson takes the field. Can the Cougar defense come up with a big stop? They're going to go a bunch trips formation to the left. All alone is Johnson in the backfield. High snap. Johnson corrals. Got to get away from Bratcher in the backfield. Looks to scramble down here to the near side. Throws to the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Donovan McCoy. He overthrows him. That's turnover on downs, and Grayson County comes up with a huge stop in the red zone. When we go back here at the end of the game, this could be a play that is looked back on. 4:09 to play here in the first quarter. Grayson County's going to get the football back here with the ball placed on their own 12. Jaron Van Meter had the long kickoff return that set up the last touchdown drive, but this is the exact same spot where Grayson County started their first drive of this game. Felty goes under center. And it is going to be a handoff near side to McCready. A penalty flag comes in from the umpire. You'd presume this one's coming back, and McCready scurries out of bounds at about the 14 or 15-yard line. This was thrown back by the umpire, so you'd presume that this will be coming back because of a hold, and it will. So that'll push this drive back even more. Be half the distance, so Grayson should get the ball at their own 6-yard line. Moving in the wrong direction, especially when you come off with a big stop. So it should be to the 6. No, they're putting it at the 4. It should be only to the 6 if it's half the distance. I guess they're taking this as a full 10-yard penalty, and it goes back to the 4. So Grayson's deep in their own territory. Ball placed on their own 4-yard line. They're going to go shotgun this time. Felty in the shotgun. He will hand it off to McCready across the right side, across the 5, keeps on his feet across the 10, brought down from behind near the original line of scrimmage. So McCready was brought down there on the tackle. 17, Zach Thompson in there on the tackle. So you can give McCready the ball up to the 12. So give him about 8 yards on the penalty, on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 coming up for Grayson. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. Still 7-7 between the Cougars and the Mustangs of Muhlenberg. 2 wide receivers down here to the near side. They'll go pistol this time. Felty with McCready behind him. Fakes the handoff. Felty looks to run, throws a bubble screen out to the far side, and it is immediately blown up by Muhlenberg. So it was complete to Bratcher on the far side. And it'll turn out to be no gain on the play. And you could tell this is just one of those situations where Jones was trying to get something. Brian Jones, the Grayson County head coach, gets something going offensively because they had the long kickoff return. But other than that, the offense does not look good for Grayson in this game. Shotgun formation. Grayson needs to get the ball to their own 22. They have it on their own 12. Felty will pass. We have a penalty flag thrown. This might be a free play for Grayson. Felty looks to scramble, and he is hit by Lovin at about the 14-yard line, but a penalty flag is thrown on the far side, and because they didn't stop the play, makes me think, and there's a little bit of a, I'm not sure if Revlette was helping Felty up, but he ran and he picked up Felty as he was already getting up. That's kind of a weird situation. Happened right in front of the official, too, which makes me think that maybe he was helping him up, but now the officials are talking to him, so maybe that was, that was weird. Penalty flag on the play. Let's see who it is. I believe it is on Muhlenberg. No, it is on Grayson there. It looks like they're going to decline it. Whatever it is, because they're talking. It is a false start called against Grayson County, and it is declined. So it'll be 4th down. Usually they'll stop the play for something along the lines of that. Felty ends up getting a loss of 1 yard on that play. So back deep to punt this one is Hunter Toms as he's standing probably about 3 or 4 yards deep in his own end zone. He got a nice punt off last time. Lovin back deep to return. He stands back at about the 43. Toms gets it away. A spinning kick that takes a Grayson County bounce. And it's going to keep rolling. Lovin picks it up at the 42-yard line. He gets up forward across the 40, but he's driven down at about the 35 or 36-yard line by a host of Grayson County defenders. Conrad Raymond was one of the first men in there for Grayson. 2 minutes, 18 seconds to play here in the first quarter. 7-7 between Muhlenberg County and Grayson County. Mustangs have controlled field position in this game. The only time Grayson has had good field position was when they had the massive return. Again, Johnson will go shotgun. Good snap. Pump fake. Looks to throw down the near side of the field, and it is thrown and incomplete. Intended for Revelette, but Hunter Felty had nice coverage down here the near side of this field. And that'll turn out to be 2nd down and 10, and a penalty flag comes. A holding is called against Muhlenberg County. So that'll move the Mustangs back to the 45. Johnson last week in their loss to Ohio County threw the ball 32 times for 358 yards, and he's well on the way to having something similar in this one. So to move the ball now back into Muhlenberg County territory, they'll have it at the 49-yard line. Turns out to be about a 16-yard penalty. Officials have been a little weird with their penalties in this game on both sides of the ball. This time they'll put a running back, Revelette, in the backfield. It'll be a pitch down here to the near side to him. He tries to get around the corner. He's across the 50, breaks a tackle at the 45, keeps going, and he's brought down at about the... Oh, ball's out! Muhlenberg County does come down on top of it, though. Revlette lost it, and it ends up moving forward, as in there to pick it up was a number 70, who's not on my roster from Muhlenberg County. So it'll be up to the 38-yard line. So it turns out to be about a 13-yard pickup on the run by Revlette. It'll be second down and 14 here for the Mustangs, as our first down marker is not picked up on the far side, so I think they need to get the ball to the 25. There it is. It's now picked up. Now I can see it. Johnson all alone again. Bubble screen out to the far side to Lovin. Lovin up in, and he's upended near the original line of scrimmage by 3 or 4 Grayson County defenders. They read that one perfectly. Lovin last time broke that one for a big gain. Hunter Toms was in there on the tackle this time for Grayson. Looked like Conrad Raymond might have also been in there on the tackle for Grayson. 1 minute to play here in the first quarter. It's 7-7 between Grayson County and Muhlenberg County. 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Mustangs. 7-7, Grayson County and Muhlenberg County in this one. They're going to spread it out again. 2 wide receivers here to the near side. 1 wide receiver to the left. Johnson in the shotgun. Looks down here to the near side. Another screen to Lovin. Lovin gets around a defender, but it's not going to get around the second one. That's going to be a penalty flag, as looks like this is going to be a hold. Michael Wood in there on the tackle for Grayson. And slow to get up for Muhlenberg County down there with 23 seconds. That might be Braden Lovin. And that's a Muhlenberg County player that they cannot afford to lose, as I hope he is okay on this field here, as you never want to see anybody get hurt in any situation, but especially somebody as talented as Braden Lovin. While they check him out, we are going to take a break. It's 7-7 with 23 seconds left here in the first quarter between Grayson County and Muhlenberg County. This is Cougar football on K105.
This is my house. My parents helped build it. Now we don't get wet when it rains. I don't get too hot or too cold inside. I can play with my sister. I can play with my brother. I can play with my mother, my father, my family. This is my house.
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 Visit Habitat.org to find out how you can help more families like mine.
The pandemic changed our world and the way we work, live, and connect. But there are better days ahead.
As a boy, I fought polio. Today, America's been polio-free for 40 years thanks to vaccination. We'll beat COVID-19 with vaccine too. Protect yourself and your family. Get vaccinated.
Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Welcome back here to Muhlenberg County, where I believe it is Braden Lovin still down on the turf, and this doesn't look like a good scene at all. Here is, right now, the Grayson County training staff is out there as well, assisting Muhlenberg County. Head coach Brian Jones of Grayson County came from the far sideline here to the near sideline to check on the player. Josh Staples is in there as well, the Muhlenberg County head coach, along with the athletic director for Muhlenberg County, Jerry Hancock, is in there. And I just hope that this is not as serious as it looks here for Braden Lovin. Number 1, the senior 5'10" wide receiver, already had a big game tonight. He's already got a touchdown, and this does not look like a good moment here at all. We'll take this time to see if we can't bring you a score update or two when, with this injury here at the end of the first quarter, Russellville leads Barron County 28-7. Score at halftime, Boyle County leads North Hardin 21-6. Nelson County leads Caverna 21-6. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter there. Eatown on top of Thomas Nelson 26-6 as that game approaches halftime. Owensboro Catholic leads Hancock County 21-0. Franklin Simpson leads Allen County Scottsville 7-6 at the end of the first quarter. Bardstown leads LaRue County 24-8. That score is at the half. Try to see what other ones we have to bring you. In the first quarter, Owensboro leads Ohio County 34-0. As looks like they're going to go running clock in one quarter, and at the end of the first quarter, Glasgow leads Greenwood 14-2. And Metcalfe County all over Edmonson County early on in the second quarter, 27-0. Let's see, it looks like I have one more score that comes in. Davis County leads Marshall County 29-0. That score is at the second quarter of that game as well. Looks like the Muhlenberg County player is still down on the turf right now, and you've got probably 4 or 5 trainers, medical personnel down there helping him out. And it's just a scary situation here at Muhlenberg County High School tonight on a Friday night. We're going to take another break. We're going to come back and hopefully have some hopeful positive news here coming up, as this is Cougar Football on K105.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
We, the people, are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Future Designs, your complete home building and remodeling center.
Future Designs has everything you need from design to delivery and everything in between.
From traditional home and building construction materials to the metal roof and siding division, you'll find it at Future Designs.
Quarter paint is also available at Future Designs.
Start at the foundation of any project and work your way up with Futures.
You'll find the product, service, and advice needed for a strong structure.
There's a reason they call it the builder's choice.
Find out why at Future Designs on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Here to Muhlenberg County High School, where we are in an injury timeout with 23 seconds to play in the first quarter. It is 7-7 between Grayson County and Muhlenberg County, as a Mustang player is injured right now on the field. And he's been down for probably about 7 minutes. It's probably about a safe assumption on to how long it's been, and we just got to hope that everything's okay. I mean, as we've talked so much this season with head coach Brian Jones about things that are just bigger than the game of football. And this is the epitome of just that. You know, we've talked with him about, players, in and out of quarantine. A player for Grayson County lost his father this week to COVID-19. It's some things are just way bigger than the game of football, and this is the epitome of just that. As it sounds like we might have an ambulance on the way here, and that's never a good sign. As we can hear the sirens off into the distance, it sounds like that they are maybe making their way here towards Muhlenberg County High School. We can hear it coming. Luckily, we do know that the hospital isn't too far from the high school tonight, as I know that they're also in the Owensboro Health family, just like Owensboro Health Twin Lakes Medical Center there in Litchfield. As this is a very scary situation, though, here tonight at Muhlenberg County High School, as a Muhlenberg County player is injured on the field. And you know that these trainers have trained for moments like this, but in the hopes that they never have to use this training. But they're having to use this in this opportunity here right now. We are going to take another break here in just a moment, and hopefully we can have positive news to bring you, but this does not look like a good situation. We'll take a break and come back, as this is Cougar football on K105.
When someone says you need a bone marrow transplant, those are just not words you want to hear.
I got a call that it was the best match. It was one of the best days of my life. I'm so happy that you're okay.
I just want to say thank you for the second chance at life.
Thousands of patients need a donor like you. Learn how you can help at BeTheMatch.org.
Hey, boss. Okay?
I said I'm fine.
See you in the morning with the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it, and we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. We were underlay in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Bob.
You know you can talk to me.
Yes.
Kentucky's new 5-star school rating system provides parents with an easy way to find out how their children's schools are performing. Star ratings are based on test scores for reading, math, social studies, science, and writing. They are also based on students' academic growth over 1 year. For high schools, ratings are also based on how well students are prepared for college and careers after graduation and the number of students who graduate on time. Visit kyschoolreportcard.com for the latest information on schools in your community.
This is my house. My parents helped build it. Now we don't get wet when it rains. I don't get too hot or too cold inside. I can play with my sister, I can play with my brother, I can play with my mother, my father, my family. This is my house.
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 Visit Habitat.org to find out how you can help more families like mine.
Wash your hands, stay home, cover your cough. It's our new reality with COVID-19, and that means calling ahead instead of going directly to a doctor or hospital if you're sick. It means being more patient. We're all in this together, and we all have a role in preventing the spread. So, prepare, focus on the essentials, protect, keep some space from people outside your home, and disinfect a lot. Get the facts at kycovid19.ky.gov. Prepare, protect, disinfect.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County Schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
We've all seen it. People who thought COVID was a myth.
I thought the vaccine was a hoax.
It's hard to breathe. It don't try to kill you in just one way. It try to kill you in multiple ways.
Now her whole family has tested positive for COVID-19.
That vaccine could have stopped all of this.
I would definitely have opted to get it.
If they're not vaccinated, get vaccinated. See.
Call the COVID-19 hotline at 1-800-232-0233.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind, and when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Welcome back here to Muhlenberg County High School, where Braden Lovin, number 1 for Muhlenberg County, has been loaded into the ambulance here. And the best news that we can bring you right now is that he was moving both of his hands. He was giving thumbs ups to the crowd. He was giving thumbs up towards his teammates as he was loaded into the ambulance, but he was on a flat board. He was locked in, and we just got to hope that this is, I mean, as we mentioned, some things are just way bigger than the game of football. You got to hope that Braden Lovin is okay. And the ambulance is still down here to the near side. It looks like maybe his parents are being loaded into the back to go with him right now in this situation. Very, very, very scary moment here tonight at Muhlenberg County High School. So it looks like we're close to getting back underway here in tonight's game. As I'm not sure if they'll let the ambulance leave the field first, as it's down here on the near side, and it can theoretically drive across the track the entirety to make its way out the exit, which is on the exact opposite end of where it is. But when we do come back, it'll be 3rd down and 25 for Muhlenberg County. Probably more like about 3rd and 25. As Muhlenberg will have the ball on the Grayson County 47-yard line. It is 7-7 with 23 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Braden Lovin scored a touchdown on the Muhlenberg County first possession of the game. Mustangs led 7-0 early on. Grayson County had a quick answer, a 1-yard touchdown run by Michael Wood, and that is how we are at the scoring that we are at right now. Looks like one of the Grayson County players down here on the near side is talking with Josh Staples, the Muhlenberg County coach. It's Chandler McCready. And you could tell that Chandler said something good to the coach because the coach immediately patted him on the helmet. And knowing Chandler, too, I can imagine he had something very heartfelt to say. So it'll be 3rd down and long for Muhlenberg County. The ambulance's doors have closed now. Looks like they'll make their way out. They are beginning to leave right now in this opportunity. It's a very scary moment tonight at Muhlenberg County High School. And it always feels weird to try and come back and play football after a moment like this where a player leaves in an ambulance. It's extremely scary. The ambulance is making its way off. And it looks like, will the official start the game or will he wait until the ambulance completely leaves the facility tonight? The officials are coming together right now to discuss, and this might be one of those situations where they're just, in a way, making the time. You know, they're talking with a couple of the players right now. The head official for tonight's game, Bill Nelson, is talking with, I believe, some members of the Muhlenberg County offensive line right now. And it does appear that they are just going to let the ambulance leave, which it is getting ready to turn out of the gate here, and will attempt to try and come back to football as much as one possibly can in a situation like this. So here we come. The whistle has been blown, and we are getting ready to get back underway. The Mustang faithful trying to cheer their team on after losing one of their players to an injury. They do not need to snap it here at the end of this first quarter. And it appears that they might not. Johnson is just going to let this clock roll. And they're going to turn into being this 3rd and long as we start the second quarter of play. It is 7-7 at the end of 1. This is Cougar football on K105.
Wash your hands, stay home, cover your cough. It's our new reality with COVID-19, and that means calling ahead instead of going directly to a doctor or hospital if you're sick. It means being more patient. We're all in this together, and we all have a role in preventing the spread. So, prepare, focus on the essentials, protect, keep some space from people outside your home, and disinfect a lot. Get the facts at kycovid19.ky.gov. Prepare, protect, disinfect.
Kentucky's new 5-star school rating system provides parents with an easy way to find out how their children's schools are performing. Star ratings are based on test scores for reading, math, social studies, science, and writing. They are also based on students' academic growth over 1 year. For high schools, ratings are also based on how well students are prepared for college and careers after graduation and the number of students who graduate on time. Visit kyschoolreportcard.com for the latest information on schools in your community.
Welcome back here to Muhlenberg County High School as we start the second quarter of play. A couple of scores I see to bring you. In the second quarter, Owensboro leads Ohio County 48-0 in the second quarter. Another score to bring you. Butler County leads McLean County 8-6, 9 minutes and 41 seconds to play in the second quarter. It'll be third down and long from Muhlenberg County to start this second quarter of play. Johnson steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to roll out. He's being chased by 3 Cougars. Comes down to the near side. Stutter steps in the backfield's got to get it away and just throws it out of bounds. Smart play there by the freshman as he had nothing going. Really, really, really good coverage by Grayson County down the field. And that is going to turn out to be fourth down and long for Muhlenberg. And you got to imagine that this would be a punting situation as Muhlenberg would need to get the ball to the Grayson 25-yard line. And it will be Kenyon Johnson, the quarterback, back deep to punt this away. He's going to stand back at about his own 40-yard line. Jaron Van Meter is back deep to return for Grayson. Van Meter stands just about his own 17. Van Meter already has a big kickoff return in this game. He was stopped short of the end zone. And he was brought down at the 14-yard line. The freshman Johnson will officially stand back at his own 37. And we should potentially have a delay game as the clock is at 0. They don't whistle it, though. They're going to let it get it away. Grayson almost blocks it, and because of it, it's a punt that is shanked way out of bounds. And it got potentially to the original line of scrimmage. And they're going to officially say it goes to the 47-yard line, a 0-yard punt for Muhlenberg County as Grayson nearly blocked that one. That would have been a huge change in momentum in this game. 11 minutes and 42 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Still 7-7 between Grayson County and Muhlenberg County. As Cougars will have the ball on their own 47. They're going to spread it out this time. Hunter Felty goes in the shotgun formation. He calls Michael Wood. They're going to give it to him on the jet sweep across the near side. Big hole across the 50. He gets outside the numbers across the 40, 35-30, 25-20, and he's brought down out of bounds at the 19-yard line, but a penalty flag is down on the play all the way back in the Grayson County backfield, and you would presume that this one is coming back due to a hold. As Michael Wood had a hole as big that you could drive a semi-truck through, and it is a penalty called against the Cougars. So it was called on that left side of the line, presumably either on Tanner Finley or on Sawyer Drake. It was a really nice run by Michael Wood once he got through the hold. And they're going to move this back to the 36-yard line. So again, it's like an 11-yard penalty here. Officials have been kind of weird with their penalties, how they've done this. So it'll be second down and 21 for Grayson, or first down and 21 for Grayson County. Actually, it's longer than that as it's back to the 31-yard line, so it's a 15-yard holding penalty. I'm not really sure what this is. Trips here to the left side. One wide receiver down here to the near side. 11.5 to play here in the first half. And it is kept by Felty. Throws over to the far side and overthrows on the far side of the field. He was looking for Michael Wood, and it was incomplete. And it's going to be it is going to be second down and long here for Grayson. Penalties have hurt both teams in this game, but that is a brutal one for Grayson. So second down and long coming up for Grayson, all tied up at 7 here in this game. Felty in the shotgun. McCready is back into the backfield to his right. 2 wide receivers down here to the near side. Van Meter is the widest. Felty looks to roll, throws off. The pass is off the hands intended for Hunter Toms, and it is incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and 26 for Grayson coming up. Cougar offense has got to find a way to start gaining some momentum because they have really not moved the ball well tonight at all. Of course, they are without starting quarterback Kaylor Decker for the 2nd straight full game. He played a little bit against Butler County, but it hurts when you're missing your senior leader out and your senior signal caller. 2 wide receivers to the left and to the right. Will Grayson play it safe, or will they attempt to pick up this first down? Felty is sacked in the backfield. So it was about a 5-man rush, and he's brought down in the backfield for a loss. Is in there on the tackle is Karuba for Muhlenberg County, and it's going to push this back to the 20-yard line, an 11-yard loss, and this is 4th down and 37 for Grayson County. So 4th down and 37. Right now, the man to return this punt, I believe, is Revelette. He's standing at where Grayson County would need to get to the first down. Tom stands back at his own 6-yard line. Not a great snap, but it's a good punt as he gets it away. Takes a bounce to the 50-yard line, and it's a Grayson County bounce that rolls out of bounds at the 47-yard line. That's where Muhlenberg County will take over. Good punt by Hunter Toms. So you can give him 33 yards on the punt. And with 10 minutes and 27 seconds to play here in the first half, it's still 7-7 between Muhlenberg County and Grayson County. Edmondson County now trails Metcalfe County 41-0 late in the second quarter of that game. St. Xavier in Louisville leads Trinity 21-0 at the half. Louisville Trinity looking to win their first game of the season. If they lose this one, they'd be 0-6. They'll go pistol this time. Johnson, and we're going to have a penalty flag and a false start called on the right side of that line. I believe it's on John Putnam, the 5'10" junior. Moved just a little bit too quick. That'll move them backwards. Back to the 41-yard line, 1st down and 15 coming up for Muhlenberg County. 10 minutes, 27 seconds to play here in the first half. It is 7-7 between Grayson County and Muhlenberg County. Michael Wood had the lone Grayson County touchdown in this game. We're faking the handoff now. Johnson looks to scramble. He's trying to go back towards the far side. Looks down the field. Pump fake, and he's just going to have to stutter step out of bounds as he high steps as he sent Revelette deep. And when Revelette went to make a move deep, he fell down. And Johnson ends up running out of bounds back at the 38-yard line. It's a 3-yard loss, and it'll be 2nd down and 17 coming up. Johnson's very fleet on his feet. He moves the pocket very well, and Grayson only 1 sack on the season coming into tonight's game. And they haven't been able to take some advantage of some of the opportunities they've had in this game so far tonight. Johnson in the shotgun. Revelette in the backfield. He will drop to pass. Again, scramble. This time he gets away from a man, a second man. He's trying to run away from a third man. Throws one away down the field, and it is incomplete off the hands of Putnam on the far side of the field. But there's some laundry, and it's going to be a holding penalty called against Muhlenberg County. Alex Revelette is telling his freshman signal caller, I was wide open. It is a holding called against Muhlenberg County. That's going to push this ball even further back. And after Grayson County had the ball 3rd down and a country mile, Muhlenberg says, okay, we'll do the same thing as it's back to the 19-yard line. Muhlenberg County needs to get to the 46. So if I can do math right, that is about 36 yards to go? Maybe 37. Second down and 37 for Muhlenberg County. They need to get to the Grayson 44. They have the ball on their own 19. They'll pitch it here to the near side to Revelette. He's being chased by 3 Cougars, and he is brought down by the third one that was chasing him, as in there on the tackle was Conrad Raymond, getting his first ever varsity start tonight. He picks up a tackle there, and he's up to the 20-yard line. Give him 1 yard on the run. Well, actually, they give him a little bit of a generous spot up to the 21, so give him 2 yards. So it'll be 3rd down and 35 coming up for the Mustangs. This is WKHG Litchfield, K105. As Grayson County and Muhlenberg County all tied up at 7 here with 9 minutes and 25 seconds to play here in the first half. Johnson going to go all alone. He's going to spread it out. 1 wide receiver down here to the near side, 2 wide receivers out to the right side. Johnson, 2-step drop, being chased by Grayson County players, and he throws it off the hands, and it's caught by an offensive lineman, and that's going to be, that can't happen. Unless that offensive lineman said that he is an eligible receiver, that's going to be intentional grounding called against Muhlenberg County. They can pretty much pick their poison on which penalty they want to make here, and this is going to turn out to be a loss of downs and 4th down and even longer for Muhlenberg. Should be a loss of downs because that was caught by, I think, the offensive lineman Dalton Marsala, which he can't do. It is an illegal catch there called against Muhlenberg County. Loss of downs, which is the right call. And they're going to move this ball back to the 11-yard line. So it's a 10-yard penalty. So it'll be 4th down and 45 coming up for Muhlenberg. Grayson County and Muhlenberg County not necessarily using the penalties to their advantage. I think that's about right. 4th down and 45. That's what we're going to say. It's 4th down and really long here with 9:03 to play here in the first half. 7-7. Johnson stands back about 5 yards deep in his own end zone. Van Meter stands back at the 45. Grayson tries to come down and get this one, and another not a good punt by Johnson. It does take a Muhlenberg bounce to the 25-yard line and continues to roll up to the 32. Give him about a 21-yard punt there for Muhlenberg County. And they'll have the ball placed on the Muhlenberg 32-yard line with 8 minutes and 52 seconds to play here in the first half. And if you're Grayson, you've got great field position. You need to take advantage of it. Got to try and find a way to get 6 points. If you just joined us, we were under probably about a 15-minute delay at one point during tonight's game due to an injured player from Muhlenberg County, Braden Lovin. He had to be taken off the field in an ambulance, so we can give our thoughts to him in hopes for a speedy recovery and that he is okay. Hunter Felty, fake the sweep. He breaks a tackle in the backfield up the far side across the 30-yard line, and he's brought down out of bounds at about the 28. Give him about a 4-yard pickup on the run there by Hunter Felty. Felty looked like he was going to be dropped in the backfield on a little RPO look. And it's brought up to the 28. So give him about 4 yards on the run. 2nd down and a short 7 or a long 6. 8:20 to play here in the first half. Still 7-7. Felty and McCready are in the backfield. McCready, the senior running back, is to the left of Felty. The junior gets a good snap, hands it off to McCready, who comes across this near side. He gets outside the hashes, and he's brought down, and another penalty flag comes in. Hunter Tom's a little bit of a late shove at the end of the play, but luckily no whistle. So that was going against Donovan McCoy. Those two players know exactly what it's like to go against one another. As they play basketball against one another, they know what it's like to go to war. So it's up to the 26-yard line. Let's see what this penalty is. And it's a holding penalty called against Grayson County, because we haven't had enough of those tonight on both sides. So to move it back, and we got to see and count this up here, and it'll be 2nd down and long for Grayson. So it'll be to the 36-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and about 14 for Grayson. 7 minutes, 55 seconds to play in the first half. Still 7-7 between Grayson County and Muhlenberg County. Van Meter is the wide receiver down here to the near side. It'll be a shotgun formation. Man in motion, Wood goes on the sweep. Now we'll join him in the backfield. Ball's out. Felty gets it, and he's going to try and scramble up the far side. He's got a lot of great daylight if he wants to take it. Up across the 35-yard line, being slung down across the 30 and dragged down out of bounds up to the 27-yard line. Hunter Felty took a huge risk in running that ball after it was fumbled in the backfield, and it really pays off as he runs that one up to the 27-yard line. Give him 9 yards on the completion. Third down and about 5 for Grayson County coming up. 7:40 to play here in the first half. Still 7-7. I think everybody was kind of waiting, saying, where's the flag? Because we've had so many of those in tonight's game. No flag this time. Third down and 5, so it's third down and manageable for Grayson. 2 wide receivers to the left side. Ball on the far hash. It's a handoff. McCready left side. Penalty flag comes in as McCready picks up the first down. He's across the 20. But I believe this one's coming back for another holding penalty on the left side of the Grayson County offensive line. We'll wait and see, but I believe that's what the call is going to be. Our offense appears to be moving that way, and yes, it is. Another hold. By the end of this game, it seems like up here in the booth, we might be picking up holding penalties as well, as there's been a lot on both sides. And by no means am I saying that it's not happening. We can't tell. Here at Muhlenberg County, you got to climb 63 steps to get to the top of the press box. We're a long way away from where these holding penalties can happen. It's hard for us to tell. We can't have any argument. So move this back to the 40-yard line. So it'll be third down and 17 for Grayson. Grayson gonna go trips here to the near side, 1 wide receiver to the left side. Probably 4 down territory unless they get it close enough to attempt a Jackson Kane field goal. Felty will look to pass. Now he looks to scramble up the near side, and he breaks a tackle in the backfield across the 40, back towards the middle, across the 35, and that is where he's brought down near what would be the original line of scrimmage up to the 36-yard line. So only 4 yards on the run by Felty. Be fourth down and 11 for Grayson County. You'd be looking at, about a 52-yard field goal if you take it. Now, Jackson Kane and the attempt that he took last week would have been good probably from 52, but it was wide right, but the ball was from the near hash. This ball was placed right down the middle. I don't know that this is a situation, though, that you want to run Jackson Kane out in, but you're kind of in no man's land here. It's fourth down and 12 for Grayson. They need to get the ball to the 22-yard line of Muhlenberg County. Michael Wood goes in motion. They fake the handoff to him. Felty looks to pass down the seam. It is incomplete, broken up, but a penalty flag comes in. A very late penalty flag thrown by one of the officials, and this might be on the Mustangs. If it is, Grayson County's going to get bailed out in this situation. On fourth down, they ran the pass up the seam to Toms. Pass interference called against Muhlenberg County. First down, Cougars. By my count, and again, I don't have an exact count, that is the 14th penalty in this game between the two teams, and we are halfway through the second quarter. A lot of penalties. So it is pass interference called against Muhlenberg County. That's going to be a first down, Cougars, up to the 19-yard line. That's a huge penalty in this game. First down and 10 for Grayson. Can the Cougars try and get their first lead of this game with 6:20 to play here in the first half? It is 7-7. 2 wide receivers on each side. They'll hand it off to McCready. No, it's kept by Felty. Up the middle, he dives forward. Really good take there on the read option. And Felty gets it up to the 15-yard line. Give him about 4 or 5 yards on the carry. Really nice job by Felty as he faked everyone out in the building. And McCready did a really good job in faking the handoff to him as well. So he's second down and 6. for the Cougars, knocking on the door of potentially taking the lead. Van Meter to the left. Bratcher down here to the near side. 2 running backs in the backfield. McCready is to the left of Felty. Wood is to the right of the junior. It is a direct snap. Handoff Wood left side. He's across the 15-yard line. Keeps the legs moving up to about the 11, which is where he's driven backwards. It'll be 3rd down and 1 coming up for Grayson County as we approach the 5-minute mark of this first half of play. So give it to the 11. 3rd down and 1 coming up for Grayson. 5 minutes to play here in the first half. It's 7-7. As they will go with the shotgun formation. Direct snap Wood. Left side, he's got the 1st down and more. Inside the 5-yard line. That's where he's brought down. 1st down, Cougars. As he gets it up to the 5-yard line, give him 6 yards on the run. And Grayson is now knocking on the door of potentially taking the lead for the first time tonight. And they quickly snap this left side. Wood towards the goal line. He is in. Touchdown, Cougars. Michael Wood takes one 5 yards out, and the Cougars lead 13-7. 4 minutes and 26 seconds to play here in the first half. Jackson Kane on to attempt the extra points. Trying to give Grayson a 14-7 lead. Grayson County has not led a game. You have to go all the way back to the late in the 4th quarter of the game against Butler County. And just getting it away, and did the player jump off sides? He did. This one's coming back as Muhlenberg County tried to jump the snap, and they did. And a penalty flag comes in, and we're going to kick this one again. Or, since this is half the distance, does Brian Jones think about going for this? Jones, I think it's probably safe to say he is going to go for it in this situation. But Jones is an aggressive yet conservative coach. He's got a little bit of both of them, the styles in him. I like the call to go for it here in this situation. Grayson County on 2-point conversions has struggled at times this season, only 4 of 10 on the year. McCready leads in that category with 2. Grayson trying to make it a 15-7 game. Felty in the shotgun formation. Waylon Bruce is back there. It's a direct snap to Wood. He's up, and he's easily in for the 2-point conversion. Cougs lead 15-7, 4:26 to play in the half. This is Cougar football on K105.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Future Designs, your complete home building and remodeling center.
Future Designs has everything you need from design to delivery and everything in between.
From traditional home and building construction materials to the metal roof and siding division, you'll find it at Future Designs.
Quarter paint is also available at Future Designs.
Start at the foundation of any project and work your way up with Futures.
You'll find the product, service, and advice needed for a strong structure.
There's a reason they call it the builder's choice.
Find out why at Future Designs on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Cougar football on K105.
Grayson County leads this one 15-7, 4 minutes and 26 seconds to play here in the first half. Jackson Kane to kick it off. Michael Wood gets the 5-yard touchdown run, and the 2-point conversion was good to give Grayson their first lead of this game. Kane, another little onside kick, takes a high bounce. Grayson County's got it. Cougars recover the onside kick. Took a big bounce, and Grayson looks like they have come down on top of it, and they got the ball back. I talked about how Coach Jones is conservative yet aggressive. There's the aggression, and it pays off in a big way. Hunter Toms comes down and recovers that, and Grayson's going to have the ball on the 36-yard line. With 4 minutes and 19 seconds to play here in the first half, they can try to add to their lead. Ball placed on the Muhlenberg 36-yard line. Aggressive play call and call there as it didn't work out the first time they did it, but it works to perfection this time. Wood on the direct snap across the left side. He's across the 35. Tried to break it back here towards the near side, and he's going to end up, will they give him forward progress? They will, to the 35-yard line. And this is probably one of those situations that when you go back and watch film, Coach Jones later with him, as it's kind of a situation like, take what they're giving you. Don't always try to make the home run play, because sometimes when you make the home run play, it ends up hurting you. Interesting score to bring you at the half. Butler County leads McLean County 16-6. I believe that game's happening in Morgantown tonight. 3:30 to play here in the first half. Again, a direct snap to Wood across the 35, lowers his shoulder, gets up to the 34 on forward progress, and is driven backwards. Michael Wood a little slow to get up, but is helped up by Alex Rivelette, the Mustang player. I guess that makes me change my mind, as earlier I know we were talking that we weren't sure whether Rivelette was helping up a player or not, but he immediately went up to help out Michael Wood in that situation, so it's good to see there. They're going to give him up to the 34-yard line. It is a pickup of 1 yard, so it'll be 3rd down and 8 for Grayson County. They need to get to the 26-yard line. They'll go shotgun. They're going to bunch it up, though. No wide receivers out on each side. Felty, high snap, hands it off on the misdirection to Van Meter. He's across outside the numbers, across the 30. Gets the first down, spins across the 25-yard line up to the 22. What a run by Jaron Van Meter on the counter run as they loaded up the box. And Muhlenberg County didn't see him. And we talk about this, and it's not necessarily us making fun of Jaron by any means, but Jaron is the smallest, shortest player on the team. And his height helps in a situation like that because they can't see over the linemen to see him. And Jaron is very good at using that size to his advantage. And he picks up 12 yards and a first down, Grayson County. That's exactly what you need to do. Really nice job by Jaron Van Meter on the run, and it's a first down, Grayson. 2:15 and counting to play here in the first half. It's 15-7 Grayson. They lead Muhlenberg County. Felty this time on the direct snap. He tried to carry it across the left side, but is spun around at the line of scrimmage. Multiple Mustang players in there on the tackle, as it looks like the first player in there was Patrick Wood for the Mustangs. No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10. Mustangs will have the ball to start the second half of play, as we're under the 2-minute mark now to play. Both teams do have all 3 timeouts remaining. No, both teams have 2 timeouts remaining, rather. And speaking of that, Grayson County going to take one of those timeouts right here in this situation with 1 minute and 37 seconds to play in the first half. We'll take that time to remind you to stay tuned in at halftime. Today, as we'll have our Cougars in the Classroom segment, as our very talented host, the ever-famous Chase Blaine, will be taking you to Lawler Elementary and learning really, I guess this one could have been done at any of the school, really any school in the world right now, as it's really just going and diving deep into what has it been like to teach during a pandemic. What have the changes been like, and so on. And Chase is going to take you, and we jump into Lawler Elementary, Grayson County High School's next-door neighbor, so we'll take you there, learn more about that. I know that there's some really, really good ones planned over these next couple of weeks that you should be very excited about. I can't tease them too much, but I know we make the trip to Wilkie Elementary, make the trip to Caneyville Elementary. Those are coming up in the coming weeks, so be sure you stay tuned at halftime and learn more about the great things that are happening in Grayson County schools. And if you missed any of them so far this season, you can go to the K105 YouTube page, learn more about art class at Grayson County Middle School that we did last week, and so on. Out of the timeout, 2nd down and 10 for Grayson. Ball placed on the Muhlenberg County 22-yard line. Shotgun formation, Felty looks to pass, and now he's going to scramble down here to the near side. He'll lip one into the end zone. It's caught at the 1 yard line, and he's driven out of bounds. That's Hunter Toms. Catches that inside the 5 yard line. Tom's a little bit slow to get up. He did a really good job getting his feet in, and that is a terrible spot if they're going to set him down at the 3. That is a horrible spot by our officials tonight. So that should be down at the 1 yard line. We have the best vantage point out of anybody, and they do not help Grayson County out at all in that situation. A 19-yard pass completion, though. It'll be first down and goal for Grayson at the 3 yard line. See if Grayson can just punch this one in, and the spot doesn't matter at all. 10 seconds on the play clock. Under a minute and a half to play here in the first half. Direct snap, Wood up the middle. Wood keeps the legs moving, comes back here towards the near side. He is in the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. Michael Wood carries one in, and Grayson County leads 21-7 with 1 minute and 21 seconds to play here in the first half. So give Wood a 3-yard touchdown run, and a Muhlenberg County player is slow to get up. And for Wood, that is his 3rd touchdown run of this first half. I hope the Muhlenberg County player is okay down on the field. So it is 21-7 Grayson County with 1 minute and 21 seconds to play here in the first half. We'll take that time to see if there aren't any score updates to bring you from around the region. Central Hardin leads Fern Creek 25-6. 3 minutes and 32 seconds to play in the third quarter. Bardstown leads LaRue County 32-16. 1:11 to play in the third quarter. Nelson County leads Caverna 48-14. 3 minutes left until the half of that game. Madisonville, North Hopkins, and Callaway County are all tied up at 21 at the half. Butler County leads McLean County 16-6. That score is also at the half. Another halftime score, Allen County, Scottsville 21, Franklin Simpson 14. Thorny Walker hit a field goal late in the first half to give Allen County the lead that they have. Davis County leads Marshall County 14-0 in the first quarter of that game. Coming off on his own power for Muhlenberg County. Let's hope he's okay, as Mustangs have had a couple of injuries in this game, as that is number 3, John Putnam. Grayson County on to attempt the extra point. Jaron Van Meter is the holder. Jackson Kane is the kicker to make it a 22-7 lead. Place down, kick is up, it's long enough, and it is good. Jackson Kane splits the uprights, and Grayson County leads 22-7 with 1 minute and 21 seconds to play here in the first quarter. As it all turned out and started with the onside kick by Jackson Kane that was done to perfection. I'm not sure Brian Jones, when he was dreaming last night of what that could have looked like, could have dreamed it up any better. Hunter Toms made a nice play getting down there to make a play on the ball. Michael Wood has 3 rushing touchdowns in the first half, and Grayson County leads 22-7. You hear Coach Jones talk a lot, saying that the best defense is good offense, and that's what Grayson has done here. They've taken long, extended drives. Muhlenberg County has not had their offense on the field since the 8-minute and 52 mark of this second quarter. So it has been a long time since they've been on the field. Jackson Kane going to kick this one away. He's attempted 2 onside kicks, but we also know Kane can boot it deep, and I think that's what you do in this situation. You don't want to allow Muhlenberg County a chance to score, especially since they get the ball to start the second half. I'm sure Kane will kick this one as far as he can. At least that's what I would do. Muhlenberg County, though, is pretty much everybody up inside the 35-yard line. That's exactly what Kane does. He lets that one fly, takes a bounce at the 5, and rolls into the end zone for a touchback. And that's really where that can become such a huge weapon, because Kane can kick it deep and now shows that he can kick an onside kick. And last week, he was doing the squib kick. So he's showing that he can do each of those kicks and really, really talented. I know we talked with Coach Jones for a while during our postgame show about Jackson. And you know what? We might have to ask him a little bit more about him as well tonight because he had a great onside kick. So Muhlenberg going to have the ball at their own 20-yard line, 1:21 to play here in the first half. They have 2 timeouts remaining. They do have big play opportunity, though, as they had in that game where 19 completions against Ohio County, 12 of them were over 20 yards for the Mustangs. Be a handoff up the middle to Revelette. He's up across the 20, but that's exactly where he's going to be driven backwards. Nice tackle in there, Hunter Felty and Jaron Van Meter for Grayson County. They'll give him 1 yard on the play. Seems like Muhlenberg here might just be trying to get into the half. And obviously this has been an incredibly emotional first half. Timeout Grayson. Brian Jones is going to take his final timeout here in this situation. With 1:09 to play here in the first half. And as they always say, it's not like you can take it with you. Can't take it with you into the half. As this has been a very emotional first half, though, a play for Muhlenberg County, and I'm not sure maybe Josh Staples is just going to try and take it into the half and try and recompose. If you just joined us, Muhlenberg County's senior wide receiver Braden Lovin, who's one of their best players, great athlete, just a really good player, and he made a couple really good plays early on in this game, was injured and was taken off the field in an ambulance as a really, really serious moment that happened in this game late in the first half. And Muhlenberg, as you can imagine, just has been a little flat since that point. And I mean, who can blame them? One of your senior leaders is taken off after a serious injury. How can you blame him? I'm sure Josh Staples probably in this timeout was saying, let's try and score here. You score here, and you get the ball to start the second half. You never know what can happen. You could be right back in this game immediately. 22-7, Grayson leads, 1:09 to play here in the first half. They'll hand it off again to Revelette, and he gets up to about the 22. So give him about 1 or 2 yards on the run with under 1 minute to play here in the first half. And they'll just have to snap it one more time, will Muhlenberg. And this is the last thing you want, though, is in this situation that Muhlenberg runs back-to-back runs and then tries play action and goes deep here in this situation. I don't know that you do that because then you're guaranteed to have to punt the ball to Grayson. But if you complete, you could potentially burn Grayson deep, which we've seen times this season. They're going to go 2 wide receivers here to the near side. Johnson with the running back behind him in the pistol. It'll be a handoff to Karuba. He has a big hole across the 30-yard line, across the 45, across the 40, and he gets out of bounds up to the 43-yard line with 17 seconds to play as that run was by Karuba. And he gets it up to the 44-yard line, 21 yards on the run. And that is not what you wanted if you're Grayson County, because now they're knocking on the door to potentially get into a situation where they can attempt a Hail Mary, and we saw the arm by Canyon Johnson is strong. Do they change what they do? They do have 2 timeouts remaining. Nope, they're just going to hand it off again as the handoff is to Lanier, Corbin Lanier, and he gets it up to the 42-yard line. 1 yard on the pickup, and that appears that will bring us to the end of the first half. At the end of 1, it is Muhlenberg County trailing Grayson County 22-7. This is Cougar football on K105.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
Future Designs, your complete home building and remodeling center.
Future Designs has everything you need from design to delivery and everything in between.
From traditional home and building construction materials to the metal roof and siding division, you'll find it at Future Designs.
Quarter paint is also available at Future Designs.
Start at the foundation of any project and work your way up with Futures.
You'll find the product, service, and advice needed for a strong structure.
There's a reason they call it the builder's choice.
Find out why at Future Designs on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Muhlenberg County High School, where it is 22-7. The Cougars lead this one at the half, as 3 rushing touchdowns in the first half by Michael Wood has paced Grayson County as the Cougars have scored 22 unanswered to lead this one 22-7. So we are at the half right now. The Muhlenberg County dance team is dancing right now. The Muhlenberg County band is out there, and they got, looks like Paradise Power Plate out there. I think that's what that's supposed to be. Is they've got 2 smokestacks that are set up. If you're watching with us on K105 Digital Productions, you might be able to see it, but I'm not really sure as to what it might be. Grayson County leads this one 22-7. We want to invite you to stay with us next, as we'll have our Cougars in the Classroom segment, as we will learn a little bit more about what it's been like to teach during a pandemic. That comes up next here on K105 and K105 Digital Productions.
The pandemic changed our world and the way we work, live, and connect. But there are better days ahead.
As a boy, I fought polio. Today, America's been polio-free for 40 years thanks to vaccination. We'll beat COVID-19 with vaccine too. Protect yourself and your family. Get vaccinated.
Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
We've all seen it. People who thought COVID was a myth.
I thought the vaccine was a hoax.
It's hard to breathe. It don't try to kill you in just one way. It try to kill you in multiple ways.
Now her whole family has tested positive for COVID-19.
That vaccine could have stopped all of this.
I would definitely have opted to get it.
If they're not vaccinated, get vaccinated.
See.
Call the COVID-19 hotline at 1-800-232-0233.
While the Cougar athletic teams get most of the spotlight from the community, it is in the classroom where they first learn to succeed. This season, we will be featuring some of the people and programs that are making a difference in the lives of Grayson County students. Tonight's Cougars in the Classroom, presented by McDonald's of Litchfield, takes us to Orrin P. Lawler Elementary, where students are adapting to changes after the pandemic.
I wanted to become a teacher so I could make a difference in the lives of many kids. I like the little ones. They're a lot of fun, and they know how to pull at your heartstrings, so they're definitely a good age.
Ashley Collard is a 5th grade teacher at Lawler Elementary School. For students at Lawler, topics being covered in class remain the same as they were before the pandemic.
In a normal school day, we do rotations, so we departmentalize in 5th grade. So I teach reading, so I do 2 rotations of reading. Then we do science, and then we do writing, which will be both classes.
Collard feels that there is one huge advantage to having students back in the classroom.
The teacher support, along with socializing, but I feel like we can better teach our students who are all here at the same time as opposed to trying to fit in all these different family schedules.
Students in school will still be given the same care as they would have in previous years.
Teaching virtually, like 100% virtual, was very difficult. Not every kid has the same access and, the same kind of environment that we can provide here. So we want to make sure that they have a safe learning environment. They get their meals, breakfast, lunch free, and they get to talk to their friends and feel loved.
The increased use of technology has also been a key factor in continuing the education of students.
Luckily, we have technology. It has definitely been a blessing. But a lot of the changes that we've made is every child has a Chromebook. So we also teach online to our virtual kids at the same time. So all of our assignments must be uploaded to our Google Classroom. So in order to, make sure that they have everything they need, we have to digitize everything. So luckily every kid has a Chromebook and we just put the assignments up there. I do Google Meets so I can give every student direct instruction.
Whenever in school, students will still have the opportunity to interact with other classmates.
We do mask breaks. So anytime we get to go outside, we get to take off our masks and the kids get to socialize. They get to play on the playground this year. So that was always, that was a bummer last year because they couldn't. But this year they do have access to the playground equipment. So we just sanitize and, it still gives them that chance to play and run and get some of that energy out that kind of bottles up all day from being, having to sit in one spot all day long because we want to make sure that they're distanced from their friends.
Collard does not shy away from covering the topic of the pandemic in the classroom.
In my reading class, we've been reading a few different fictional stories, and it refers to the pandemic. So we have characters that they can connect with. It does open up a discussion as far as like how their mental health is. They enjoy the stories because it definitely feels real world to them, and they do understand how much of an impact this has made.
She says that the change is not limited to just Lawler, but is district-wide.
I love our Grayson County Board of Education. I think we are doing a great job. We do want to keep kids in the classroom and in-person school. We just really enjoy our jobs, even though it is tough at times and there's a lot of people who may disagree with things. But just know that your kids are our priority, they're our hearts, they're our world, and we're doing the best we can.
I am Chase Blaine reporting for Cougars in the Classroom, brought to you by McDonald's of Litchfield. The halftime show will continue in just a moment.
Future Designs, your complete home building and remodeling center.
Future Designs has everything you need from design to delivery and everything in between.
From traditional home and building construction materials to the metal roof and siding division, you'll find it at Future Designs.
Quarter paint is also available at Future Designs.
Start at the foundation of any project and work your way up with Futures.
You'll find the product, service, and advice needed for a strong structure.
There's a reason they call it the builder's choice.
Find out why at Future Designs on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County Schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Muhlenberg County High School, where it's Grayson County with a 22-7 lead here at the half. Temperatures dropped as the sun has fallen. It feels actually very nice out right now, as we're watching right now and getting a nice performance from the Muhlenberg County High School band, as it looks like we've got some flames or something is what they're being recreated here by the color guard. As they've got here is, obviously, if you've ever made the trip to Muhlenberg County, you can't miss the giant smokestacks and Paradise power plants, as I think that's what they're recreating right here. Obviously, Paradise is in Muhlenberg County, and power plant closed in the last 2 years, which was a huge hit to this area. And I'm presuming that that's the theme kind of this year's show, and it's kind of cool. While I'm thinking about that, I do want to give a shout-out and good luck to the Grayson County Cougar Band, as they will head to Clarksville, Tennessee tomorrow. They're going to compete at Austin Peay State University, as I know they're really excited to try and continue to improve. Coming up in a couple of weeks as well, they will have the Twin Lakes band competition that will be coming up here very soon as well. Grayson County leads this one 22-7 here at the half. As running down the scoring from this game, the Cougars got the ball first and picked up a first down on their first play, but then the offense stalled for a little bit of time, as Muhlenberg County had a quick answer, a 29-yard touchdown pass from Johnson to Levin. Grayson County, a long kickoff return by Jaron Van Meter, made them tie the game up at 7. Both teams won a turnover on downs and a punt, and then late in the first quarter of play was a scary moment, as Muhlenberg County player Braden Levin was injured and had to be taken off the field in an ambulance. We have not received an update on him. If we do, we'll be sure to pass that along to you, but a very, very scary moment. What I do know is that as he was being carted off the field, he was moving his hands. He was giving thumbs up to his teammates and thumbs up to the crowd here tonight. So we hope that that is a good sign. If we hear anything, we'll be sure to pass that along to you. A very, very scary moment here tonight. Muhlenberg County from that point has kind of struggled. Grayson County punted on their next possession, but then a 5-yard touchdown run by Michael Wood gave them a 15-7 lead. Grayson County then attempted an onside kick and ended up taking a 22-7 lead. And that is the score that we have at the half. Michael Wood, 3 rushing touchdowns in the first half to get to where we are right now, as both teams have retaken the field, so we are getting closer, getting underway here in the second half. We'll take a break, and the play-by-play of half number 2 is after this, as this is Cougar football on K105.
Hey, boss. Okay.
Said I'm fine.
See you in the morning with the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. We were underlay in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Bob.
You know you can talk to me.
Yeah.
This is my house. My parents helped build it. Now we don't get wet when it rains. I don't get too hot or too cold inside. I can play with my sister, I can play with my brother, I can play with my mother, my father, my family. This is my house.
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 Visit Habitat.org to find out how you can help more families like mine.
We, the people, are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
Future Designs, your complete home building and remodeling center.
Future Designs has everything you need from design to delivery and everything in between.
From traditional home and building construction materials to the metal roof and siding division, you'll find it at Future Designs.
Quarter paint is also available at Future Designs.
Start at the foundation of any project and work your way up with Futures.
You'll find the product, service, and advice needed for a strong structure.
There's a reason they call it the builder's choice.
Find out why at Future Designs on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Cougar football on K105.
Grayson County leads this one 22-7 as we get ready to start the second half of play. It will be Mustang ball to start. Let's try to see if we can't run down some scores for you as we are just about a minute and a half away from getting started in the second half of play. So letting the scores kind of go through and populate here for a second. They got to catch up. Score a final. Bullitt East defeats Meade County 33-6. That is a final score. At the end of the third quarter, Davis County leads Marshall County 64-7. High-scoring game going on there for the Panthers against the Marshalls tonight. Apollo on top of McCracken County 35-28 at the start of the fourth quarter. Father Ryan, a school out of Tennessee, leads Bowling Green 28-7 late in the third quarter of that game. At the end of the third quarter, Butler County leads McLean County 16-12. At the end of 3, Graves on top of Breck 55-0. Edmondson County has gotten on the board against Metcalfe County tonight. It's 41-6 with about 8 minutes to go in that one. Owensboro Catholic leads Hancock County 40-0, and those look like most of the scores that we have to bring you. I know Owensboro was all over Ohio County last time I'd seen a score of that one come in. In fact, that is a final. Owensboro 55, Ohio County 7. Those are some of the final scores to bring you from around the region tonight, as it is going to be Grayson County to kick this one away from left to right on your radio dial as we start the second half of play. Cougs lead 22-7. Another final score that we have for you. South Warren defeats Central 20-6. So Grayson going to take the field here. They're going to kick this one away and see if they can't snap this 2-game winning streak before heading up north, up 259 to face Breckenridge County. And as a reminder, that game is Thursday night. Thursday night, they will make the trip to Breck County, not your typical Friday night. So it's a short week for Grayson. And the kick by Jackson Kane. They're going to go onside kick again. And did Grayson come down with it? The ball's still out, and Grayson looks like they came down with it. We're still waiting for a signal. Cougars ball. Special teams comes up again. Grayson goes off. They go onside kick. There was the ball at the 50, and then it came backwards, and Grayson's going to get the ball to start the third quarter. How about Jackson Kane with the onside kick? You don't see NFL kicks that are that good, onside kicks. So Grayson's going to have the ball on their own 48-yard line. Here as we start the third quarter of play, can they turn this momentum into some points? They'll go trips to the left side, one wide receiver here to the near side. Felty hands it off to McCready, who is blown up in the backfield. In there on the tackle was Zach Thompson for the Mustangs. And it's going to turn out to be a loss of 1 yard back to the 47-yard line for the senior running back, Chandler McCready. 22-7. Grayson County, though, leads this one against Muhlenberg County early on in this second half of play. Sam Gormley with you here on the call, here on K105 and also on K105 Digital Productions. They're actually going to push this further back to about the 46. So it'll be second down and 12 for Grayson County. After recovering on the onside kick, seeing what they can't turn this into on their ends. They put a fullback in the backfield. They'll go I formation this time. Felty under center, handoff McCready, and again he's stonewalled at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. In there on the tackle was Nolan Lindsay for Muhlenberg County. No gain for McCready on the run. As in there running the fullback position was Waylon Bruce for Grayson County. So no gain on the play. Third down and 12 coming up for Grayson. They need to get the ball to the Muhlenberg County 42-yard line. They have it on their own 46 after recovering an onside kick to start the second half. Third down and long. The Mustang fans coming to their feet. It's the loudest they've been tonight. Two wide receivers on the left. One here to the near side. Van Meter is in the slot. Felty looked to get it to him. He's got to get away from a man in the backfield, and he's driven backwards for a sack on the play. Big loss by Hunter Felty. He's helped up in the backfield, but he's dropped to they're going to give him a little bit of forward progress to the 36-yard line. It's still a 10-yard loss, though, by Hunter Felty, and the Cougars are going to be forced to punt this one away. So it'll be fourth down and 22, I believe, coming up for Grayson County. Hunter Toms to punt this one away. Back deep to return, I believe, is the quarterback, and Toms just gets it away. It is Johnson, Canyon Johnson, the quarterback. He takes it on a bounce to the 30-yard line, tries to get away from a Grayson County player, comes back here towards the near side. He's being chased by four players, and Jaron Van Meter grabs him up. The ball is out. Grayson County comes down with it across the 15-yard line, inside the 10. Touchdown, Cougars! Michael Wood, his fourth touchdown of the game, and Grayson County strikes again. They lead 28-7. Give Michael Wood about a 15-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. Have yourself a night, number 8. Jackson Kane on to attempt the extra point. Michael Wood, 4 touchdowns tonight. A defensive touchdown, and you know what that means. Another donation by Sheriff Norman Chaffins. Place down, kick is up. It's long enough, and it splits the uprights. Cougs lead 29-7. This is Cougar football on K105.
The pandemic changed our world and the way we work, live, and connect. But there are better days ahead.
As a boy, I fought polio. Today, America's been polio-free for 40 years thanks to vaccination. We'll beat COVID-19 with vaccine too. Protect yourself and your family. Get vaccinated.
Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Grayson County leads this 29-7 with 9 minutes and 16 seconds to play. After the fumble on the punt by Canyon Johnson, Michael Wood carries it 15 yards in for a touchdown. His 4th touchdown of the game, and Grayson leads 29-7. They're going to attempt another onside kick. Bounces off of a Muhlenberg County player. Did the Cougars fall on it again? The Grayson County fans say they got it. Waiting for an official signal. They do! Cougars ball! For the 3rd time tonight, Grayson County comes down with an onside kick, and Grayson has all of the momentum in this game. Jackson Kane, have yourself a night too. So Grayson gets the ball back with 9:10 to play here in this 3rd quarter. The Muhlenberg County student section trying to will their team to victory in this situation. But Grayson County has recovered back-to-back onside kicks, and they will have a chance to open this score up even more. Trips down here to the near side. One wide receiver to the left. It is faking the handoff to McCready, and a run by Felty, and he's slung down by Karuba after picking up about 2 yards across the left side. So give him up to the 46.5-yard line. 2 yards, 2nd and 8 coming up for Grayson County. It'd be hard. We don't do player of the game, but it'd be hard to pick one, whether it be Michael Wood. It's hard to beat 4 touchdowns, including a defensive one. But at the same time, recovering 3 onside kicks is pretty darn impressive, too. Trips here to the near side. One out to the left. Faking the handoff again. Felty, big hole up the middle, across the 40, across the 35, outside the numbers of the 30, brought down at the 29-yard line. 17-yard pickup by Hunter Felty on the quarterback keeper. And Grayson County is now being able to do whatever they want on offense. Karuba was in there on the tackle. Cougars pick up the first down. 8 minutes, 22 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Grayson leads 29-7. Final score, Owensboro defeats Ohio County 55-7. Davis County now leads Marshall County 71-7. First down and 10 coming up. For Grayson County, it's the pistol formation. Felty now is going to move McCready to his right. Trips to the left side, one wide receiver to the right, and a penalty flag delay of game called against the Cougars. That was really close. In fact, I look down here at my phone and see Sheriff Norman Chaffins, who just donated $50 on the Michael Wood fumble, as that is the Cougars' 9th takeaway on the season. It's $50 for every single one, and if I can do math, that's $450 that Sheriff Chaffins has to donate to the Football Boosters Association. He asked me, says, do onside kick recoveries count as a turnover? And if you're asking me, yes, but technically no, because that would be 3 more recoveries, but technically no, they do not. On adding in, I saw our good friend Roger Lunch last week said we might have to start taking up collection for the sheriff about how much money he's having to donate. Bubble screen out to the far side. It is complete, and Michael Wood sidesteps out of bounds after maybe a pickup of 1 yard up to the 34-yard line. In fact, they are only going to give him no gain on the play. Be 2nd down and 15 coming up here for Grayson. Cougars letting this offense starting to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been special teams tonight that has been the most impressive thing, and Michael Wood. Trips to the left. Ball on the far hash. Ball placed on the Muhlenberg 35-yard line. Mustangs showing blitz. Felty steps up, and he's swarmed and sacked in the backfield. First man in there was Patrick Wood, the 5'9" senior for the Mustangs. Back to the 41-yard line. That's a 6-yard loss for Felty. And it's going to turn into being here 3rd down and 21. Cougars need to get the ball to the 20. It is placed on the 41. 7:10 and counting to play here in the third quarter. 29-7. Cougs on top of the Stangs. Final score, Graves County has defeated Breckenridge County 55-7. That is a final score. So Graves County and Owensboro have both moved to 2-0 in district play. Grayson County trying to move to 1-1. Shotgun, Felty will pass, and a whistle has been blown. The play has been blown dead on the far side, and it might have been blown dead because of a timeout. And it is a timeout taken by Brian Jones, the Grayson County head coach, with 6 minutes and 48 seconds to play here in the third quarter. It is 29-7. Grayson County leads this one. And Graves has defeated Breck 55-7. That is a final score. Trying to see what other scores we might be able to bring you as we scroll through. Late in the fourth quarter, Bardstown leads LaRue County 46-30. Glasgow leads Greenwood 29-16 at the start of the fourth quarter. Owensboro Catholic has defeated Hancock County 47-0. That is a final score. A little bit of a surprising score to bring you there. Late in the game, Davis County leads Marshall County 71-7. Yes, you heard that correctly. 71-7 is what they lead that. Apollo leads 49-28. I believe they're playing McCracken County tonight. And Father Ryan of Bowling Green of Tennessee leads Bowling Green 38-7. 7 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Third down and long coming up here for Grayson County. Third down and 21. Out of the timeout, trips to the left side. One wide receiver all alone down here to the near side. Felty will pass, four-step drop, steps up in the pocket. Now he'll look to scramble, gets away from one man, gets away from a second man. He looks to throw, throws down the field. The pass is complete to Van Meter at the 25. Van Meter has a lot of green space, 15, 10, 5, inside the goal line. Touchdown, Cougars. That was Michael Wood. It wasn't Van Meter, it was Wood, and it is a touchdown, Cougars. 41-yard from Felty to Wood. Have yourself a night, Michael Wood. 5 touchdowns. Jackson Kane on to attempt the extra points for Hunter Felty. That is his first career touchdown pass. Good kick. It's long enough. And Jackson Kane splits the uprights. Cougs lead 36-7. Michael Wood, a 41-yard touchdown catch with 6 minutes and 31 seconds to play here in the third quarter. And this is exactly what you want if you're a fan of the team in blue and orange tonight. There's 6:31 to play here in this third quarter. So we come here out of the timeout. Grayson County leads 36-7. Will they attempt another onside kick? They're going to attempt one a little bit. Takes a high bounce. It's off the hands of Muhlenberg County. This time they fall down on top of it. Back to the 30-yard line, and a Grayson County player was almost there to fall on top of it. And if you're a Muhlenberg County fan, you're probably taking a huge deep breath out because that was almost really bad. So the Mustangs are going to take the field. They have not had the ball in this half. Grayson County's had 2 possessions since that point. They'll have it on their own 30-yard line. They'll go shotgun formation, and now they'll jump a false start on the inside, looks like by the Mustang center. At least that's what it looks like from my vantage points. It is a false start called against the Mustangs. That'll push them back now to the 25-yard line. They're going to load up the offensive front. It's going to be a handoff to the near side, Karuba. He's across the 25, dives forward up to the 28-yard line. Give him about 2 yards on the run there for Jackson Karuba. Felty in there on the tackle for Grayson County. So it'll be second down and 12. So he picks up 3, so he gets closer to the original line of scrimmage. So they'll go shotgun formation here. The running back is behind him in the pistol. One wide receiver on each side. This time they will pass Johnson. Looks to his left, looks to his right, now back to his right. Gets away from 3 Cougars who are chasing him, and they're going to bring him down. Ball comes out as he flings it out of bounds. Will Scott in there on the tackle for Grayson County. His first sack of the season, and he's brought down back to the 12-yard line. A 16-yard loss for Muhlenberg County on that play. And it's going to turn out to be 3rd down and really long. They need to get it to the 40-yard line. I believe that's 3rd down and 28 coming up here for the Mustangs. Grayson leads 36-7. 5:15 and counting to play here in this 3rd quarter. They'll go pistol again with 1 wide receiver on each side. It's a handoff, right side on the run. It is Lanier. He gains maybe 1 or 2, and the Mustangs are going to be forced to punt this one away again. So Lanier was in there on the carry. And they're going to kick this one away. Johnson stands deep in his own end zone to boot this away to Jaron Van Meter. A slow snap that he just gets away before the Cougars were getting there. And it bounces at the 30-yard line and dies right there at about the 33. That's where Grayson County is going to take over, forcing them to punt the ball away. Give them about 20 yards there on the punt by the freshman Johnson. 4 minutes, 17 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Ball placed on the Muhlenberg 33-yard line. Grayson County going to come out here in the shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers to the left side, 1 here to the near side. Felty will pass, throws a bubble screen out to the far side. It is complete at the 30-yard line and being brought down at the 28-yard line on the pass completion. So that was complete to Bratcher on the far side. So it's a pickup of 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5 coming up here for Grayson County. So it'll be 2nd down 5 coming up. Obviously Grayson in no real rush at all as they lead 36-7 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Time and momentum are the best friends of the orange and blue tonight. Trips to the left, 1 here to the near side. Felty looks to the left and is slung down. Ball's out. Muhlenberg County falls down on top of it. And the Mustangs have it. We haven't seen an official signal from the officials. We still haven't seen if he was down or if it's a fumble. Still no sign. Still no sign. And we're waiting as a Muhlenberg County player is down on the play. We still don't have a signal from the head official to see whose ball it is. Official timeouts. So there's an official timeout, but we don't know whose ball it is, as the head official tonight has not given us a signal on if it's Grayson County ball or if it's Muhlenberg County ball. We have no idea. If it's Grayson, right now the ball is placed on the 34-yard line, which makes me think that it's Grayson ball, because Muhlenberg County recovered the fumble at about the 41. But it's interesting to me that they would call Felty down there when I think Felty was down a little bit further. But again, I don't know anything in this situation. We're just going to have to wait, I guess, until the injured player is okay. It seems like it's a cramp right now, the way that they're stretching out the Muhlenberg County player down on that far side of the field. Again, as a reminder, as this game closes down. Next week's Cougar football game will be a Thursday night game. So it'll be a Thursday night football game from Hardinsburg. Or Harnett, I guess it's kind of like, it's right there on the border depending on who you want to be. If you want to be real particular, I guess it's technically Harnett from Breckenridge County is probably the best way to say it. So it'll be third down. Grayson County does keep the ball. So third down and about 10 or 11 for the Cougars. So the ball's placed here at about the 33. Felty to pass, three-step drop, now steps up in the pocket, looks to scramble down the left side, throws, man wide open, and he overthrew him. As that was to Michael Wood down on the far side of the field. He was wide open, but he wasn't able to get to him in time, and it'll be fourth down and long for Grayson County coming up. If you just joined us, Michael Wood has 5 touchdowns tonight for Grayson County as they lead 36-7 with 3 minutes and 12 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Grayson County's going to go for it. Trips here to the near side, one wide receiver to the left side. Felty to pass. Throws over the middle, pass complete, first down and more. 20, 15, 10, spinning down inside the 10-yard line. Pass complete to Hunter Toms. It's down to the 6-yard line. First down, Cougars. That's a 27-yard pickup for Grayson County. And with 3 minutes and 3 seconds to play, they're knocking on the door of potentially adding another score to their lead. This offense has really started to move here in this third quarter. Michael Wood had a fumble recovery for a touchdown in the quarter, and Hunter Felty found Wood for a 41-yard touchdown pass. And now they convert on fourth down. Trips to the left side. The running back is to the left of Felty. It's complete out to the far side to McCready. Inside the 5, inside the end zone, touchdown. Grayson County, Chandler McCready, and that is an emotional touchdown for the senior Chandler McCready as he falls down to his knees in there, and his team surrounds him and helps him up here, as that has to be a wide range of emotions for Chandler McCready, who lost his father earlier this week to a battle of COVID-19. He comes up, and McCready scores the 6-yard touchdown. And that's one of those things that is just so much bigger than the game of football. McCready finds the end zone, and he now goes towards the sideline and goes down to his knees and is being met by some members of the Grayson County coaching staff, and that's a really powerful moment there. Placed down, the kick is up. Kane gets it through the uprights, and Grayson County leads this one 43-7. And we are now in a running clock situation. A 6-yard run by Chandler McCready, but you can definitely feel the emotions in there, and I know I can say this, and knowing what I do know about Chandler's dad, he is unbelievably proud of him. And I know that there is no doubt about that he's watching him from above tonight. He's really proud of his son, especially on that touchdown run. It's a powerful moment. Looks like they're going to have to kick it again, will Grayson County. I missed what it might have been. Looks like there is a penalty flag. But really a powerful moment right there. So Jackson Kane on to attempt another extra point. It's technically 42-7. Good snap, kicks up. It's long enough, and it is good. Jackson Kane splits the uprights. Grayson leads 43-7 with 2.5 to play here in the third quarter. This is Cougar football on K105.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
And someone says, you need a bone marrow transplant, those are just not words you want to hear.
I got a call that it was the best match. It was one of the best days of my life. I'm so happy that you're okay.
I just want to say thank you for the second chance at life.
Thousands of patients need a donor like you. Learn how you can help at BeTheMatch.org.
Powerful moment here at Muhlenberg County High School. Chandler McCready runs one in from 6 yards out. And you know his dad is extremely proud of him, watching from above. And there are no words that you can use to describe moments like this or what Chandler is going through at this moment. But just keep that family in your thoughts as we move on in this game. Jackson Kane to kick this one away, and he's going to kick it deep. No onside kick this time, and it's caught back at about the 8-yard line by Karuba from Muhlenberg County. He's across the 15, gets outside the numbers across the 20. At the 25-yard line, he's brought down from behind by Grayson County. That's where the Mustangs will do. Again, we are in a running clock situation. In those rules, 36 points. Clock runs nonstop. It'll stop for timeouts, and it'll stop for, injuries or official timeouts. But other than that, that clock's going to continue to roll for the remainder of tonight's game. So Muhlenberg County is going to have the ball here at the 26-yard line. About 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Back out there, Kenyon Johnson. Really good start to the game, but it's been a little bit of struggle since then. Pitch here to the near side, tries to get outside the numbers, does the running back, and he's slammed into the turf by Grayson County. Immediately there to pick him right back up, as that was Lanier on the run. He's in there on the tackle for Grayson County was Hunter Toms. As you can give him up to, in fact, it'll be a loss of 2 yards back to the 24-yard line. Second down and 12 coming up for the Mustangs. The clock continues to roll as we're under a minute to play. Grayson County leads Muhlenberg County 43-7. Pistol formation. Johnson with the running back, Lanier. Johnson will pass, 4-step drop, pump fake, now throws over to Lanier and overthrows him. Pass falls incomplete. It'll be third down and 12 now for the Mustangs. I think this is one of these situations here for Grayson, is that it was not the prettiest first quarter, but they found a way to open this score up and play very well. I got to imagine that Brian Jones is very happy, especially going into next week with a huge rivalry game against Breckenridge County. And you talk about the rivalry games of Butler and Edmondson, and in basketball season, that's a bigger rivalry because it's a district game. In football, you can argue that Breckenridge County is a bigger rival for that same reason, because it's a rivalry when it comes to, and it's a district game. That's the end of the third quarter. Grayson County leads 43-7. Come back. The fourth quarter is next here on K105.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
County leads 43-7. Sam Gormley with you here tonight from Muhlenberg County High School. Grayson County's opened this score up. Michael Wood, 5 touchdowns tonight. Chandler McCready also adding a very powerful touchdown there on the last drive for the Orange and Blue. It'll be 3rd down and 12 for Muhlenberg County. Ball placed on their own 24-yard line here as we start the 4th quarter of play. It'll be the pistol formation. It's a pass, pump fake, now looks down to throw the near side, and it is off the hands and intercepted by Keaton Hodges for Grayson County. Hodges up the near side across the 35, across the 30. He's brought down at the 25-yard line. Keaton Hodges with the interception, his 2nd of the season, and Grayson County has the football right back. And with that, that is another $50 donation from Sheriff Norman Chaffins to the Grayson County Football Boosters program. It's up to 500 now this season. Might need to start taking out some collection here in this at this point in the year for Sheriff Chaffins. So Grayson gets the ball here with 11:11 to play here in this ball game. Do we have a new quarterback into the game? Will he maybe put? No, it's going to be kept, and it's a pitch to Wood across the right side. He's across the 25, across the 20, outside the numbers, and he's shoved out of bounds at the 15-yard line. And Michael Wood with a nice little return there. Give him 11 yards on the pickup. So it started at the 26, and he gets it up to the 16-yard line. That's enough for a 1st down, Cougars. So it'll be 1st down and 10, Grayson. 10.5 to play here in tonight's ball game. They're going to load it up here in the backfield. McCready and Wood in the backfield. And it's going to be a handoff. McCready right side. He's across the 10, across the 5. Juke move, dives towards the goal line, and he's going to be stopped about 2 yards short. McCready tried to will his way into the end zone, but he stopped down at the 2-yard line. A 14-yard pickup for Grayson County. And they're looking at adding another touchdown. And this would be crossing the 50-point mark, something that they have not done since 2018 when they scored 50 points in a win against Graves County. That exciting playoff game. And ironically enough, if my memory is right, Q McHenry had 6 touchdowns in that game. Michael Wood has 5. So again, that's it. Just one player needs to score 5 or 6 touchdowns, and you score 50 every time. I don't know why they don't do it every time. They're going to load it up on the inside. And it is going to be a handoff to McCready. He dives towards off the right side, and he is down at the 1-yard line. So they handed it off to McCready. He picks up 1.5 yard. And with 9 minutes to play here in this game here tonight, it is 43-7, but Grayson County, again, knocking on the door, trying to add some more to their lead. Felty under center. 2 blockers for McCready. McCready off the right side towards the goal line again. This time he's in. Touchdown, Cougars. Chandler McCready's 2nd rushing touchdown of the game, and Grayson leads 49-7. Gets a big high five from his coaching staff as he reaches across the line. I believe that's Nick Rager, one of the assistant coaches, Jackson Kane, to try and give the Cougars that 50-point mark. Place down, kick is up, it's long enough, and he put it through. 50-7, Grayson County leads. This is Cougar football on K105.
Kentucky's new 5-star school rating system provides parents with an easy way to find out how their children's schools are performing. Star ratings are based on test scores for reading, math, social studies, science, and writing. They are also based on students' academic growth over 1 year. For high schools, ratings are also based on how well students are prepared for college and careers after graduation and the number of students who graduate on time. Visit kyschoolreportcard.com for the latest information on schools in your community.
The pandemic changed our world and the way we work, live, and connect. But there are better days ahead.
As a boy, I fought polio. Today, America's been polio-free for 40 years thanks to vaccination. We'll beat COVID-19 with vaccine too. Protect yourself and your family. Get vaccinated.
Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. This message brought to you by the National Association of
We'll kick this one away for Grayson County, and he boots it deep, and it goes over the head of the Muhlenberg County player and dives into the end zone. So we're under 7 minutes to play in this game. Muhlenberg County and Grayson County in this one, and the Cougars have blown this one open and have really played well. Michael Wood, 5 touchdowns tonight, 3 rushing, a receiving, and a defensive touchdown. And you also had 2 touchdowns for Chandler McCready. We have a timeout called with 6 minutes and 27 seconds to play in tonight's contest. Muhlenberg County going to have the ball on their own 20-yard line after the touchback. Grayson County here leads this one 50-7. .6:27 is to play as they're talking this over, and it'd be interesting to see if we might see Colby Chaffins out there in this one if this comes in, as he is the freshman backup quarter. I guess technically he's the third-string quarterback because Hunter Felty's the backup quarterback who's been playing tonight in place of the injured Kaylor Decker. They'll go shotgun with the running back behind him. It's a handoff to said running back across the 20-yard line up to the 24. About a 4-yard pickup on the run there up the middle by Lanier. 6:10 and counting to play. Grayson County going to pick up the win here tonight. They're going to go back to 500 at 3-3. They will travel to Breckenridge County next week. So we'll, of course, be there for the coverage of that game beginning with the locker room show at 6:30 Thursday night. Remember, that is a Thursday night kickoff from Breckenridge County High School. And they'll pass this time, throw out to the far side on the screen. Up across that far side, slips a tackle, keeps going across the 30, across the 35, and looks like he did run out of bounds, as that was complete to the junior Lanier. He ran out of bounds at the, we're waiting for an official spot from the officials, to the 34-yard line, so give him 11 yards on the pass completion. That is enough for a Muhlenberg County first down. Going to send a man down here to the near side, one on each side. The running back, Lanier, is to the right of the quarterback. Pump fake. Now he'll scramble out to the far side. Johnson, he's going to let one fly down the field, and it is incomplete. And did we have a penalty flag come in? We did. There is going to be pass interference. It's going to come here against Grayson County on that far side of the field, as Cougars do have their JV defense in there. Looks like one of the JV defenders might have gotten just a little bit too much. So it's a pass interference, and that's going to move the ball up to see where they'll end up officially spotting this. So spotted up to the 48-yard line. of Muhlenberg County. So it's still in their territory with 4:20 to play in this game. They'll pitch down here to the near side to Lanier. He gets outside the hashes, now outside the numbers, turns back up the middle across the 45, drug down, out of bounds. That's a horse collar tackle on Grayson County. That penalty is going to be whistled on number 32, Justin Sims, the freshman, who ironically enough leads the team with 2 fumble recoveries, as both of those came late in the game against Edmonson County. Nothing like a member of your JV team leading the team in fumble recoveries. He gets called for the horse collar tackle there. As it comes up, and they're going to place this down to the 28-yard line. So it turns out to be a 20-yard gain there for Muhlenberg. 4:06 and counting to play in tonight's game. Grayson County again going to improve to 3-3 on the season. Pump fake for Johnson. He's going to throw down the near side. He's got his man, and it is caught. Touchdown, Muhlenberg County with 3 minutes and 54 seconds to play. As the Mustangs have answered there. I believe that might have been Karuba on the pass completion. So they will go for 2, it appears, in this situation, and I guess when you're down by as much as it is, it really doesn't matter. They will go for 2. The Mustangs coming into tonight's game, 2 of 7 on 2-point conversion attempts. Trevor Nolan, the quarterback, who's out with an injury, got both of them. They'll throw, and it's off the hands of a player in the end zone. He was going to have enough for a touchdown, but he ends up dropping it, and that will keep it a 50-13 game. So 3 minutes to play. Muhlenberg County a 28-yard touchdown pass. $50-13 is the score here under 2.5 minutes as we are in that running clock situation. And I'd presume if Grayson County gets the ball back that they will throw a couple of knees down and get out of here and making sure nobody else gets hurt. And just surviving and turn your attention towards Breckenridge County next week. Will Muhlenberg maybe try an onside kick of their own? They're going to line it up here. Nolan Lindsay will kick this one away with 1.5 minutes to play. Presume it's just, they are going to try a little onside kick. Grayson County falls down on top of it, and that should all but do it with 1:24 to play in the game. We can put this one in the history books for a Grayson County W. They move to 8-3 in the history of the program against Muhlenberg County, pick up their 4th straight win against the Mustangs. And I'd presume you go into the victory formation here, which anytime you can line up in that formation, it's a sweet day. Grayson's going to have to snap the ball just once as we're under the 40-second clock here. Muhlenberg County. Next week, they will travel to Owensboro. There's the victory formation. Put it down. Grayson County picks up a big win on the road. 50-13 is the final score. It had been a while since Grayson had a real dominating performance since that last road game against Edmonson County. Tonight they turn one in and pick up a huge road win against Muhlenberg. There's triple zeros on the clock. Grayson County wins 50-13 against Muhlenberg County. This is Cougar football on K105.
Future Designs, your complete home building and remodeling center.
Future Designs has everything you need from design to delivery and everything in between.
From traditional home and building construction materials to the metal roof and siding division, you'll find it at Future Designs.
Quarter paint is also available at Future Designs.
Start at the foundation of any project and work your way up with Futures.
You'll find the product, service, and advice needed for a strong structure.
There's a reason they call it the builder's choice.
Find out why at Future Designs on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
This is my house. My parents helped build it. Now we don't get wet when it rains. I don't get too hot or too cold inside. I can play with my sister, I can play with my brother, I can play with my mother, my father, my family. This is my house.
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 Visit Habitat.org to find out how you can help more families like mine.
Cougar football on K105.
Grayson County picks up a big win tonight on the road against Muhlenberg County by a final score of 50-13. Coming up next, we'll jump into the fifth quarter show. We'll run down the scoring from this game, the scores from around the region, and of course, talk to the head coach of the Cougars himself, Brian Jones. That comes up and more on the fifth quarter show on K105.
Hey, boss. Okay.
Said I'm fine.
Put me to bed, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. Where you at, underlay, in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Bob.
You know you can talk to me.
Yeah.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
The pandemic changed our world and the way we work, live, and connect. But there are better days ahead.
As a boy, I fought polio. Today, America's been polio-free for 40 years thanks to vaccination. We'll beat COVID-19 with vaccine too. Protect yourself and your family. Get vaccinated.
Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Muhlenberg Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Muhlenberg Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
Hey, boss. Okay.
Said I'm fine.
Put me to bed, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. Where you at, underlay, in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Bob.
You know you can talk to me.
Yeah.
We've all seen it. People who thought COVID was a myth.
I thought the vaccine was a hoax.
It's hard to breathe.
It don't try to kill you in just one way. It try to kill you in multiple ways.
Now her whole family has tested positive for COVID-19.
That vaccine could have stopped all of this.
I would definitely have opted to get it.
If they're not vaccinated, get vaccinated. See.
Call the COVID-19 hotline at 1-800-232-0233.
This is my house. My parents helped build it. Now we don't get wet when it rains. I don't get too hot or too cold inside. I can play with my sister. I can play with my brother. I can play with my mother, my father, my family. This is my house.
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 Visit Habitat.org to find out how you can help more families like mine.
We, the people, are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
K105.com via Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube. And now, with the fifth quarter show, here's Sam Gormley.
It's a great night to be a fan of the Cougars as Grayson County picks up a 50-13 win tonight against Muhlenberg County. As we welcome you back up top here, the press box up all 63 stairs here at Muhlenberg County High School. Sam Gormley with you as this is the fifth quarter show here on K105 and also on K105 Digital Productions, as it is a great night to be a fan of the orange and blue Grayson County. 7-7 game at the end of the first quarter, but then they really stepped up. And, I mean, you look at this, there's a couple of differences for me in this game. For one, 3 onside kicks. Since I've been covering Grayson County football, I'm not sure there have been 3 in the past 3+ years. And now you get 3 here in this game tonight, and that took all of it. It was like they swallowed out with a straw all of the juice in this building. The second big story, Michael Wood, 5 touchdowns tonight, which I believe it's not a school record, because I know that Q McHenry has the highest, at least in recent history, with 6 touchdowns. But it is definitely one of the highest that we've seen in quite a long time for Grayson County, and one that will be remembered. And then you also look at Chandler McCready. He scores 2 touchdowns tonight. The first one, obviously, a very emotional touchdown and a very powerful moment for this Grayson County football team. The most important out of all of that, though, is the Cougars are now 1-1 in district play. And that is so important because now you're really putting yourself into the potential of getting into the driver's seat of making into the playoffs where anything can happen. Coming up here on the fifth quarter show, though, we are going to run down the scoring from this game, the scores from around the region, and hopefully get a chance to talk to the head coach of the Cougars, Brian Jones. We made the point. It's a long way up here, so Coach Jones might look up and say, you know what, I'm not sure I want to make that trip. Or maybe he'll want to run up here because he wants to burn off some energy and feeling good after a big-time Grayson County victory. Cougs win 50-13 tonight. In fact, I look down there. It looks like Coach Jones just pointed and said, I got to walk up these stairs because that's what's coming up. So Coach Jones embracing right now a very powerful moment, embracing Chandler McCready in what has to be an incredibly emotional game here tonight for the senior. They embrace, and it seems like Coach Jones is going to make the long trek up here. So we will join him and talk to him next. Grayson County picks up a 50-13 win against the Mustangs of Muhlenberg County. Coach Jones is next here on K105.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. This is what they do.
Get down, get down!
They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives.
Without your Coast Guard, my family wouldn't be here today.
It's dangerous work. Sometimes in our own backyards, sometimes far from home. We're the Coast Guard Foundation, and in times of triumph or tragedy, we're here for them. The Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. We provide education, support, and relief for our defenders.
You want somebody to have your back, and the Coast Guard Foundation has always had our back.
Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
This is my house. My parents helped build it. Now we don't get wet when it rains. I don't get too hot or too cold inside. I can play with my sister. I can play with my brother. I can play with my mother, my father, my family. This is my house.
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 Visit Habitat.org to find out how you can help more families like mine.
Future Designs, your complete home building and remodeling center.
Future Designs has everything you need from design to delivery and everything in between.
From traditional home and building construction materials to the metal roof and siding division, you'll find it at Future Designs.
Quarter paint is also available at Future Designs.
Start at the foundation of any project and work your way up with Futures.
You'll find the product, service, and advice needed for a strong structure.
There's a reason they call it the builder's choice.
Find out why at Future Designs on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County to Muhlenberg County High School, where the Grayson County Cougars have picked up a 50-13 win. And Coach, first off, you need to take a minute. That's 63 steps up here. It's a long way up, but I'm sure those 63 steps feel pretty good when you come away with a 50-13 victory against a district opponent.
Yeah, absolutely. I think these county schools like Muhlenberg, Breck, Ohio, they're crucial to us being able to play in November. So, tonight was a big step for us and gets us 1-1 in the district. And so, definitely proud of our kids kind of just sticking with it. First half was a struggle, and they played extremely hard. Gave us fits up front, and definitely happy to come away with that win.
Chandler tonight picks up that touchdown there in the third quarter. To say his week has been hell is probably an understatement.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it. A moment like that, can you put it into words?
No. As a head coach at Todd, I had a very similar situation, a kid going into his senior season 2 weeks before the first game, and his father passed away much quicker than they expected due to cancer. And I actually spoke with that player this week in hopes of, maybe getting him and Chandler together, because as somebody that's kind of dealt with some things that Chandler's dealing with and going to be dealing with over the next days, weeks, months, years. This kid's about 25 now. I say kid, he's a grown man. And, I know, he's just an incredible young man. He loves his teammates. Was at every practice this week. I mean, tells you the kind of teammate he is. Wanted to be at practice, wanted to be at the game. And I can't even begin to imagine, what he's dealing with. I told him the very first day, I said, the only thing I know to say is I'm sorry. I said, that ain't going to make you feel better. And I know a lot of the kids have told him the same thing. We'll be here when you need us, and when you want to talk, we're all ears, and when you don't want to talk, we're not going to bother you. And he's still got some hard days ahead, I know, and I'm glad he's playing, because this is his first year playing, and if he was going home every day at 3:00 and probably wasn't playing, I think this gives him a little bit of an escape, gets him around some of his buddies every day, and hopefully those things help. It's been a rough week for us. I mean, it really has. Ben Rogers had surgery this week. Cooper Goff has been struggling with the high ankle sprain. Got a chance to get in some, and we thought going out of last week we were in a rough spot with those two guys being out, and little did we know it was going to get rougher. I'm just so impressed with Chandler's maturity, his effort, his heart. I couldn't be more proud of him And I couldn't be more proud of his teammates that have just rallied around him. That's I think that's some of the things that, people don't always see. Some parents and players and things rallied together. Got him a Letterman's jacket. He didn't have one. Got him a Letterman's jacket this week. And there's probably 50 people or so that signed the inside of it and left him little messages. And, you just moments when it's doom and gloom like this and you see young people act the way they've acted this week, really brings you back home to, there's some really good people in the world that have a really great heart. And, I'm thankful every day that we've got, 38 of them part of this football program that love one another and, are there for each other. And, we seem like we talk about this quite often after games that it's great to get a win, but it's even better to see young men, kind of put their arm around another young man that's struggling and help him get through these tough times. And that is far more important to me than winning a football game. That's the kind of thing that we want these young men to leave this football program with, is that kind of heart for humanity and other human beings. Because when a person's down, it's our job to put a hand out and help them up. And our kids have been doing a great job of that this week, and it was nice to hear people from our community and our school, chanting his name when he got in the end zone there. And there's a lot of people, rooting for him through these tough times. So it's great to get a win, but it's a pretty special night.
Michael Wood tonight, 5 touchdowns, 3 rushing, a receiving, and a fumble return for a touchdown. I mean, anytime you get 5 touchdowns in a game, that's a pretty special night.
Yeah, he's a really, really gifted young man. I mean, just super talented, super gifted. And he's somebody that I myself have kind of had a lot of conversations with this year. Late in the summer, Michael was kind of thinking about, whether football was for him, and took a little break from the team and come back and, realized that he missed it and wanted to be around. And then in 7-on-7, we had a moment where he spent some time on the sideline. And, I've just been trying to really work with Michael to get a grasp at how good he can be. He is just super talented. He can make you miss in a phone book or in a phone booth. He's got very good speed. He's got a good arm. Threw the one down there to Tom's. He's tough. He's gritty. We've just been really working hard to get him to prepare to be great. And that takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of conscious effort. It's not in a lot of people's human nature to show up every day and just pound that hammer at getting better. And, so we try to remind him a lot at how special he can be and how well he can lead our team, both, physically with his skill. But, it just goes with the territory. A lot of times the better players on your team, people gravitate towards them. They watch them. And when they're working hard, other people are working hard. And if they're not working hard, other people think it's okay not to work hard. So, we've put a lot on his plate in terms of, trying to bring him forward as a leader. Because he's got the ability at times, like you see tonight, to kind of put a lot of our offense and defense on his back and take control. And he had a heck of a game. He's super, super close. Grew up with Chandler, and he's had a rough week. And I think he was playing a little inspired tonight, and you could see that.
Then the other player that I definitely got to mention is I was saying to Chase, our director here, in one of the breaks, is that I don't think since I've been doing this now, this is year 4, that I've seen 3 onside kicks in the entirety of my time, and we see 3 in the period of about 15 minutes tonight. How impressive was Jackson Kane kicking the ball, because he was putting them perfect?
Yeah, no, he did a phenomenal job, and we didn't get him very much this week to work at it with him. So we were working with it without him, and then, you know, he showed up today after school, and I was like, hey, I need you to get out back and work on some onsides. I said, because we're going to do something tonight. And we had noticed on film that, you know, some of their frontline guys had kind of retreat early and get out of there in a hurry. And so we felt like we had a chance, and we should have had the first one and didn't come away with it. And, you know, then we come back and get a couple, and then when they over-adjusted, you know, we kick it over their head into the end zone. So, you know, we talked about it last week. He's an incredible weapon for us because he's got a great, strong leg, you know, to put him inside the 5, but he's got the ability to do some of those things like he did tonight and put it on a spot and give us an opportunity to kind of, you know, get an extra possession, and we got a couple of them tonight. So really, really happy to see something we worked at several times this week, you know, pay off.
I know I was also making a point that next week you've got a rivalry game. And, I mean, Butler and Edmondson are rivalries as well, but in a way this one means more because it's a district game.
Yep.
On the road, Thursday night, a little bit of a different week there when you're on a Thursday. What do you want to see from your team moving into Breck County next week?
Well, you know, we're gonna have to have a great week of practice. It's gonna be a short week, so we got less time to prepare. And you know, we will be again. You know, we want to win football games, but Tuesday and Wednesday is the visitation and funeral for Chandler's father, and you know, we'll be attending those events and being there for him. And you know, so that throws another wrinkle at us, but you know, that's where we need to be on those days. And you know, so we will be, and we'll do our best to work around that this week. And so we're going to have to be laser focused. And you know, Muhlenberg did a good job of exposing us in some areas, so we've got some things that we've got to work on. So we're going to have great 3 days getting ready for a Thursday night game. And it's, you know, I just go ahead and say it's not going to be easy this week because we've got some other things going on. And you know, it'll be a challenge for our kids. And one thing I can say is, you know, most of the time our kids rise to the challenge. So I just want to see us, you know, realistically, I want to see us be there for Chandler when he needs us this week, because he's going to need us. And then I want to see us work hard when we are in practice and, you know, give Breck everything they can handle.
Coach, we look forward to it, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks. Go Cougars.
That's head coach Brian Jones. We'll have more here coming up after this.
Kentucky's new 5-star school rating system provides parents with an easy way to find out how their children's schools are performing. Star ratings are based on test scores for reading, math, social studies, science, and writing. They are also based on students' academic growth over 1 year. For high schools, ratings are also based on how well students are prepared for college and careers after graduation and the number of students who graduate on time. Visit kyschoolreportcard.com for the latest information on schools in your community.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County Schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Kentucky's new 5-star school rating system provides parents with an easy way to find out how their children's schools are performing. Star ratings are based on test scores for reading, math, social studies, science, and writing. They are also based on students' academic growth over 1 year. For high schools, ratings are also based on how well students are prepared for college and careers after graduation and the number of students who graduate on time. Visit kyschoolreportcard.com for the latest information on schools in your community.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County Schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
We the people are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
Where the Grayson County Cougars have picked up a 50-13 win. We're going to kind of do a quick little wrap-up because I know that they're staring us down saying, when are they going to get out of here tonight? Grayson County touchdowns, 5 for Michael Wood, 2 for Chandler McCready. That's their 7 touchdowns in this game. They score 50 in a game for the first time. You have to go all the way back to November of 2018 against Graves County. Michael Wood, those 5 touchdowns, I see right here down at the bottom. Coach Jones being met by his daughters to celebrate a big 50-13 win. That'll wrap us up tonight. Remember, next week, Cougar football against Breckinridge County will be Thursday night. So that's Thursday night football as the Cougs will take on the Tigers. We'll be there for you. We'll also be there Monday and Tuesday. Monday will be volleyball against Edmonson County, and Tuesday will be boys soccer against Ohio County. So we'll see you on Monday. But I want to thank the K105 Digital Productions crew. Cody Brock was your camera operator. Chase Blaine was your producer/director. So tonight, where the Cougs pick up a 50-13 win against Muhlenberg County, this is Sam Gormley saying, so long, everyone.